All right, everybody, what's going on? It's your boy Jay Banks. You know what day it is? Tuesday, another episode of the PowWow. What up, AI?
What up? What up? How we doing?
How you feeling, dude?
Feeling great. Feeling great. It's a good Tuesday. It's kind of cold, but we out here. We're warm in here, but I know it's cold outside.
I thought we'd switch it up when we're doing salted caramel flavored whiskey. So if we end up cutting this podcast about
it's pretty sweet.
an hour and a half short because we all have stomach aches, that's the reason.
Right.
All right, man. Of course, on the other side of the table, we got Yaman. What's cracking, bro?
Yes, sir.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
How you feeling
out there? I'm feeling good.
Cool.
Cold, trying to stay warm. Bomber jacket.
Oh yeah. It got cold quick, man. But at least we had a good fall this year. I feel like we had a decent season changing. Usually it's like summer straight to winter. I feel like. So at least now we've got we got the chance to see the leaves change and go through the whole fall process.
Yeah. I got a lot of leaves in my backyard. I got 3 trees back there, and it covers it.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's hard to grow grass in that backyard.
It's very difficult. Plus, I have the 3 dogs, and they don't take lightly to grass. So
for sure.
They especially my husky. As soon as a
should
dog
give him
pees,
a dirt
he
track
pees.
path.
I've tried that. So I have him on a leash. So when he goes outside, because he can leap the fence pretty easily. He's very athletic, and I'm going to reinforce the fence soon so that he can't get over it. But I'm about to do that. I have some help with some family are going to help me reinforce it next week. So I shouldn't have that issue. But for the last 6 months, he has to be leashed up. Otherwise, he's going to go over that fence in 0.2 seconds. He goes outside. He goes to the back corners. And if those aren't available, my fence has the other side of the fence. They can't see the boards that's bracing it. Mm-hmm. My side has the brace, so he can put his paws on it and use that momentum to almost get over. And he's tried a few times. And
so he just runs and jumps over it?
Yeah, he uses his paws and he gets over it and he puts his top paws on the top of it and uses his back legs to get the top brace and gets over. Yeah. He's just so athletic, and I got tired of trying to keep him from getting over that. I had reinforced it before on the corners. He still was able to get out and run through the town.
It's a husky, right?
Yeah, he's a husky. Yeah. He's huge too. I mean, he was the runt of the group when my old roommate had gotten him. And this dog showed up on our front porch after my roommate had gotten him for really inexpensive for a husky. And he's like, yeah, it's the runt. Dude, Coda has turned into the biggest. I mean, he's huge. If you pull him up, he is. I mean, he's 6 foot tall. If he's standing up, he's so tall. He's taller than me. He's very tall. But it allows his legs are long enough that he just leaps over that fence. I mean, the neighbors all know when he's gone because they all help me look for him because he's just running around the town.
I was at the coffee shop, Unataza, and the girl that was working there, she's like, one of the guys that works with you. She's like, I know his dog because I saw his dog get out and I helped him get him one day.
Yeah.
But it's at least the dog's attracting cute girls to the house though.
Fair. Yeah. I mean, he's had people I'll be running through the neighborhood and I just saw the husky that way before even me saying what I'm looking for. So it's kind of nice that the community helps out with when Coda escapes, but he hasn't escaped in about 6 months, 8 months. I don't know, not quite a year because I know he escaped around Christmas last year. So, but yeah, I got him on a leash when he goes out, so the leash stays inside. Hook him to it, and then he can run free in the backyard, free if you will. But I have 2 other dogs, and they don't escape. So one's tiny, and his name's Howard. He's like a wiener dog, so he's smaller. And then Penny, she's a lab. She's a pit lab mix, and she is not jumping any fences. She's bulky. She weighs the same as Coda. She's just lower to the ground. Yeah. She got short legs.
All right, so so for the few people that are watching right now, you get a special preview. This is the iBorg.
The iBorg, man, it's awesome.
So it's a point of view camera from yours truly right here. So we'll be able to see what I'm seeing during the podcast. I'm not going to have it on the whole time because it looks goofy on me until I can get GoPro to actually build an eye that I can put inside my my brain so I can get in there.
Oh, that'd be wow.
I'm ready for it, dude. That'd be dope, man. My wife was like, what are you doing? Are you crazy? You're just going to record your whole life? And I'm like, all I got to do is put an eye patch on and then boom, camera's off.
Yeah, I mean, what's it hurt? We're giving a new perspective.
It's like a real life Ed TV, bro.
Or what if you put a camera on the eye patch? You know what I'm saying? When you're wearing an eye patch and it's a little camera.
We would love to have that. We'd love to have a small camera. I mean, I'm sure the technology's out there, but we're just not small cameras are a thing, of course, because they have small cameras and phones.
Yeah.
But getting it so you could put it on an eye patch where it's really like, minimal, so you don't really notice it.
You know what?
that'd be
I wonder
something.
how small. Because if you looked up like spy cameras, I bet you could find something small like that. And maybe we could create one that wouldn't be as big as a webcam hanging off a hat. You know what I mean? That's not a bad idea.
Right.
As long as I don't get electrocuted, man, because it'll all be connected to some type of power source connected to my back, hidden in my shirt or something.
That is such a cool perspective, though. It's like we see every little turn of your head, how it's like, because it's uneven right now. You're looking at it from a different angle. You got to balance. That's a challenge. They film whole movies in that kind of perspective. So that's funny. That's funny.
That was a little tough to do.
That was tough to do, but the angle was pretty interesting. It went straight to the lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What do you think of the Skittles beach towel, bro?
Yeah, I shared it out to quite a few people to promote it, and a lot of people thought, they weren't sure what it was. They thought it was Christmas. Someone's like, "What?" I was like, "It's Skittles."
Yeah,
Like,
it's a life
I
size.
don't know.
thought it was
I think
Christmas?
the red. I think they just saw the
It's
Skittles.
a
You clearly can see Skittles on here.
yeah.
I know.
It's a life size version, man. What I was thinking is, all right, so it'd be really cool to take a photo of somebody laying on the beach, underneath this thing, like a pack of candy on the beach. You know what I mean? Like the sweetest thing in the ocean, bro.
Yeah, dude, we were just talking about Coda. Can you imagine putting a camera on him as he runs through the town, like when he escapes my backyard?
Dude,
that would be wild.
That was the only thing that I was upset about, because like Barkley got out one time and they found him at Don Pablo's, but he made it all the way down to Newport on the Levee. Like when I was following him, they were like there was construction workers over there where Aloft the hotel is, like before it was there.
Right.
They were like, "Oh yeah, he ran over here." We were all petting him and stuff, and then he ran off. So like we were like trying to search for Barkley, bro. But like he went from my house, so that means like he crossed the highway. Not the actual highway, but the on ramp, the off ramp to 471.
Risky.
Yeah,
Risky.
bro, and like there's probably 20 blocks that he ran past, but I wish there was a GoPro on him just so I could see like
His journey.
Yeah, his journey, bro.
Yeah.
Like he probably had a field day. He came back dirty as shit, but shout out to Brandon Perry, man. He's the one that found him down at Don Pablo's.
Nice.
But-
Yeah. I would love to see the perspective on Coda when he escapes, because like I know he's moving fast.
They've got GoPro
I would totally
straps for dogs.
Hey, I would be. I mean,
You've got the GoPro.
I do have the
3 here.
GoPros. Yeah. Maybe I should consider it. I mean, that'd be content right there. He would just do it for me.
Yeah, go live on it, dude.
Yeah, I could know where
That-
he's
that
at,
dude- that
and I
new
can
one
always
goes
get
live.
him because I know where he's at. You know,
Right.
so I wanted to worry about. He's fast. No one's catching him unless you open in a van door, and he's jumping in your car.
Oh, really?
If there's a car, he's gonna jump in.
That's funny.
At least mine, and I had to catch him with my buddy drove me one time, and he jumped in our car. But like, if a stranger sees a dog and they see a husky running, I mean, I would not be surprised if someone opens a car door and lets that dog in. That's what I'm always afraid of, because
Sure.
he's not a cheap dog. Like, I mean, there's one of the things, like I adopted him from him because my roommate had to move to Columbus and couldn't stay. So he's like, "Can you hold him?" And months went by, and I ended up, adopted him from him, and it was a thing. But like, man, I mean, a husky is out. That's somebody's dog. Yeah.
You remember Wishbone?
Yeah,
It
of
would be
course.
something like that.
Of
then.
course
You
I know
talking about
Wishbone.
the-
Some people say
Wishbone.
that Barkley looks like Wishbone.
Yeah.
I don't-
Your post on Barkley was pretty epic. Him
Oh,
and his
dude.
what was he wearing?
That was a crown and paw portrait that I got made for him, man. Actually, I got it made for Kaylin for Christmas.
yeah.
And it was incredible, bro. Like the place is genius. Like you upload a photo, and there's a bunch of different scenes you can do. Like if you got 2 pets, you can do like the farmer and his wife.
Yeah.
Or you can
That's
do
cool.
like the admiral or the general, or whatever you want.
Right.
But yeah, they did a good job, man. And it's made Kaylin cry, and Barkley, like his look at the picture was like, "What the hell is this?"
Right.
Man? I didn't wear that outfit. I would be caught dead in this
Right.
thing.
No, you can't put that on me.
But, yeah, bro.
That's funny.
So some of the stuff going on recently, man. Do you know a lot about the FTX stuff that's happening with like the crypto world?
I don't know too much on it. I'm not well versed on it, but you were mentioning it earlier. A lot of people are losing money. So
Yeah, there was Tom Brady and Giselle both put in $600 million, into it. There was a couple other celebrities that have invested into it as well. But FTX was one of the top of the food chain. They actually got the rights to the Miami. What was it, Miami Heat or the Dolphins? One of the stadiums that. So you know how
probably
like,
Dolphins because Tom Brady was trying to buy the Dolphins.
Oh, there you go.
So that would make sense.
So they were trying to do. I'm gonna go ahead and take this thing off for a minute.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's crazy how it works. So wild, falling.
Speaking of Miami,
we're back. Speaking of Miami, yeah.
Speaking of Miami, the people who made like Bang Bros, they trying to like, they submitted something where it's like they trying to make it Bang Bros Arena.
Oh yeah.
You saw that?
Yeah.
No Jumper.
So
No Jumper, they be on.
So that's what happened. So Bang Brothers offered $10 million to be the name of the Miami Dolphins stadium, and they didn't take the offer, right? But then they took the offer from FTX, and then Bang Brothers posted, "Hey, our offer still stands if you guys need the $10 million." So yeah, like obviously they're not going to take it. I think Binance came in and bailed them out. Binance came in and bailed out FTX, which Binance is another crypto type thing, but FTX has bailed out a couple of other companies too. So it's kind of weird how everything's happening. Where I don't know if is it going to be like Binance is going to let FTX still name the stadium after them, even though they bailed them out. But either way, like all the missing funds are pretty much they're gone. Like you're like the $500 million or whatever it was is completely actually way more than that, right? I think it was might have been $50 billion or 500. It was something insane.
Some crazy number, yeah.
I'll look it up because if Tom Brady invested $600 million,
right,
just one person,
dude. Giselle just bought a house across the street from Tom Brady's house.
I heard about that.
Isn't that wild? Just the fact that she's like
for the kids.
Yeah, for the kids, keeping family close. You know what I mean? Like, but then she was caught in on vacation with some guy.
Oh.
Yeah, that came out too. Yeah. Just last weekend. Yeah, so she's out there doing her thing. So, I mean that situation. I mean, it's fascinating because Tom Brady is such a polarizing figure, but she's also one herself. So you put those two like into the same, right?
Yeah, no.
You got clickbait for days, right? So it's interesting to see.
And somehow AB always throw his stuff in the mix.
Yeah, he released those text messages. Yeah. Tom Brady was calling him immature, and he was like basically saying accurate things about Antonio Brown because Antonio Brown, had a meltdown on national TV on that football field. So
I don't know what's going on with him.
I think mental health is something that we obviously aren't taking lightly. It's in everyday media and news, but some people's mental health may decline in certain situations quicker than others, and I think Antonio Brown in his glory, in his popularity, and everything he deals with on a daily basis may be overwhelming and overstimulated, and all of a sudden he makes decisions by taking his helmet off and then taking his uniform off right on the football field. So like, I think overstimulation and dealing with a lot, and maybe you're not necessarily fit mentally to deal with that at the time, and overwhelmed, and before you know it, you feel some type of way because now you've been on national TV, having a meltdown. So everything after that is just reacting to what you're dealing with. So when you're posting you see everybody talking about you in a negative light, and it's been however long since he did that, that meltdown, and people are still talking about you. So what do? You react by dropping text messages, and I don't know why you would drop them because
a rap album.
Text messages, media grab. Maybe you're trying to get on another football team, get yourself popular, so a team will pick you up and sell jerseys. Who knows his play on the situation? There's a lot of teams that need wide receivers, so who knows? I'm not sure where his head's at. We wonder about Kanye. We wonder about what's going on with him. So
he's probably doing the same stuff. Yeah.
So with the text I'm in the thought process, and I've read a few people think this, like he might be doing this on purpose. He wants to get out of the limelight. He wants to maybe go off the grid. He wants to live his life, and he's got enough money to do so. Maybe you go off and just get people to drop.
I think there was an easier way to step
sure.
off the mountain than
But
to destroy it.
Then jump off it.
Yeah, I mean, he basically took a piece of dynamite and stuck it underneath his feet
and destroyed the whole
Blast
mountain.
off.
Yeah.
I mean, Adidas was 3/4 of the mountain, and he completely shattered that. And I know the whole thing of like Adidas can't drop him, and he said all that, and they keep making that a big deal. But like, dude, if you say some stuff,
I
man,
think the reason
anyone
why
can-
he said that was because when you look at how much money he brought in to Adidas,
he's untouchable.
it's like I've made myself indispensable. I've brought so much to the table that they wouldn't choose to get rid of me because I make them too much money.
Right.
But that's business is business, man, and you got to cut ties when you got to cut ties. And it's ironic that Adidas was started by Nazis.
What?
Which no one knows about.
I have.
Yeah.
I am in the knowledge of that. Yeah. That,
So
I did
I did know that. I did know that. We've talked about that before.
And that could be a reason why they wanted to put a stop to it. Like, hey, we don't want people digging into our past.
Yeah, sure.
Thinking that like once you put Adidas and racism together, like some shit's gonna come up from the past.
Yeah, maybe that's why he said the statement in the first place.
Never.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So maybe he was. I don't know, man. He has walked through. He has so many open doors. He walks through a house and not one door's closed.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, he's not having to deal with a lot of resistance, and now he put himself to deal with the most resistance. Why? He's not. He's a smart guy. Like, he knows what he's doing. That's what puzzles me the most. He knew this was going to cause something.
Self implosion, man. When you're that big into your head, and when you're that good at what you do. Like, there's self-implosion, man, when you think that, like, this wouldn't be anything without me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, when you start thinking that way, like, there's 500 people on the other side of the table, and when you go, none of you guys would have a job without me.
Right. Yeah.
And these 500 people go, okay, dude, I'm sure we can get rid of you, and us 500 people will still have a job.
Figure it out. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think
Yeah.
it was a self-implosion, man. You get to that point where, you've got everything. You've got all the money that you can ask for. You got the houses that you can have, and the only thing that you want is your family.
Yeah.
And you fuck that up big time, right? So like, and your mom's gone. The only stable person you had in your entire life who's always been there for you, she's gone. And the reason why she's gone is because she got plastic surgery to look better because she's always in the limelight because of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit
It's complicated.
that's weighing on his shoulders for sure. Your best friend Jay-Z not saying a single thing, being quiet as a church mouse during this whole thing.
Still quiet.
There's a lot of people that are letting him do his thing and just like stepping back and just saying, hey, let Kanye be Kanye. This is how he is.
Right.
This is how he's always been. He just got a bigger platform now. People and everyone's aware.
He has a huge platform. And I was gonna so Kanye is with Jay-Z, for example. So Jay-Z's not speaking out. He's gonna stay quiet because his brand will be hurt by Kanye's decisions. But a lot of people kind of put those two in the same thing. So I wonder if Jay-Z and Kanye's private conversations are Jay-Z like, what are you doing, man? Or maybe Jay-Z's just ghosting him. You never know. I mean, like, that's what's interesting.
Jay-Z ghosted him in like 2019. He actually had like a big meltdown at a concert where he was like, Jay, I know you got killers, bro. Don't get your killers after me. It was sounding like some real like
threats.
It sounded like some real like Illuminati shit is what it sounded like.
Oh.
It sounded like Kanye was on the outside of the triangle.
Looking in.
And yeah, like he used to be in and now he's on the outside of the triangle and this whole Illuminati thing. I mean,
It sounded like some mob shit.
Right.
Bro, that's exactly what it sounded like because he was sitting there going, I know you got killers, Jay. Like don't get your killers after me. He had like a complete meltdown. Like right
we
on
started
stage.
a new group chat and you're not in it.
Yeah, no, seriously, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's
I mean, the most renowned group chat of all time, but he's now on the outside looking in. Like, that is wild. The killers thing is wild. Like, just the fact that he knows the power of somebody else able to do something and publicized it. You know what I mean? He publicized that. We all were talking about it. So it's just what a world we live in.
Yeah.
I was gonna say too, also the 500 people. I think it was Jeff Bezos was talking about. He started Amazon and everything. He gives a lot of credit to the smart people he had around him, not just him doing the stuff. He may have been initiator. He may have been the anchor that guided the group, but like he said, the smartest people are the ones that really got this going.
Right.
They're also talking about how much money he's going to give away before his
Charity,
end of his life.
yeah.
Yeah, because he's got all this money that 30 lifetimes, 50 lifetimes, 100 lifetimes couldn't spend.
Right.
So he's going to give it away, and he's going to divide it amongst whatever he feels fit. And I really respect that. I do expect that. I respect that.
I'd say that too. If
we'll see what happens.
If everyone was going, why does Amazon pay $0 in taxes?
They do pay $0 in taxes. A lot of people pay $0 in taxes.
Yeah.
It's not uncommon. But that's how the system is made that way. People go to certain states. They play in Texas because there's no state tax. You know what I mean? A lot of players want to go to Dallas Cowboys because there's no state tax.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like there are ways around things, and you can put companies in other countries and golf their system. So like there's ways to go about it, and these companies are smart. But if Jeff Bezos does donate his wealth, I think he can do a lot of good. He can change the trajectory of the planet after he passed. Man, he can really with that amount of money. So hopefully he does the right thing.
How old is Jeff?
He's not old, but you never know. You never know.
He's probably only 47.
Yeah, he's not
For
that.
Yeah.
He's young, but still, like, they're having that conversation now.
So about Elon Musk, man, what do you think about everything happening with him and Twitter right now? Do you think like the decisions that he's making are smart for the business?
Financially, yeah, and in the media, yeah. I think overall at the end he's going to win.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. So the employees now have to pay for their own lunches every single day,
which is crazy. Like after you told me that, I started looking into it. So it's $400 a day that the company's basically giving their employees a per diem. So if it's if there's 4,000 employees, they're giving everyone $10 a day for lunch.
Yep.
But most of these employees are at home working or whatever, which is probably more than $10. It's probably 2,000 employees, $20 a day.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, and he's cutting that off, and it's going to save like $12 million.
$13 million.
$13 million saving, and over a course of time, that's super significant for his.
So you said they're doing $10
something like that. Yeah. I don't know the exact number,
but they work
but
from home.
They are working from home.
So they were paying people's lunches, and he said it was the irony was most of these people didn't even come in to work.
Yeah.
Right. So we're paying $400 a day for lunch, which equals $13 million a year. So if we can cut that out, we're saving ourselves $13 million.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, bro. Like I've always said this, man. When you get somebody to come in and take over your business, it's always a hostile takeover because everyone's comfortable at what they've been doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's a reason why there's a new guy in the pilot seat because this ship is sinking. The plane is heading towards the hills. So you've got to get somebody to steer it in the right direction. So like I understand like all these employees all pissed off, that now I've got to pay for lunch. It's
it's only $10. I mean, if you're already at the house,
I mean it might
sandwich.
not be. It might be $20 a day, but that's $20 a day is $100 extra on your paycheck, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are making sandwiches, you're still making that extra $100 on your check.
And I'm sure a lot were.
Oh,
and
for sure.
That's the thing with a new head coming in is when you say the comfort level. Beyond that, like there's a sense of instability that happens when someone comes in because you may be on the chopping block going forward. He laid off a bunch of employees and then he called them back, but still like the power that he comes in with is immense. Oh, yeah. So when that same thought process of cutting, budget cutting and everything like that, you're also like maybe he might be adding work to people. He might be changing, the whole dynamic of it. And we didn't know the state of Twitter. He almost backed out. Does that mean Twitter was pretty much potentially on its way out?
Right.
You know what I mean? So like we know athletes love Twitter. We know like politics love Twitter, but
celebrities
love Twitter.
But they use that instead of like IG or
right. But IG is still the number one. It's still the number one social media. Everyone goes to it. So is Twitter battling with content providers and not viewers? And is there's a whole thing going to?
I think so because like my Twitter's been active for a long time and it's consistently active because IG lets me upload to IG and then filter it through to Twitter. So whatever I post on Instagram gets sent to Twitter.
Yep.
So now my Twitter is active. So everything that I posted on IG is already there. So I'm not an active user on Twitter.
Right,
I never check it. I never look at it. But
You're drop posting.
but according
delete
to their analytics, I'm an active user. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
so that was it's not only bots that he had to worry about. It's that fact that they might say they've got fucking 3 million or 3 billion subscribers or whatever, but only 1.5 of them are on there, with a thumb.
Seeing the content.
Yeah.
Yeah, most people's content, people are focused on TikTok and Instagram. What time of the day do you have to check your Twitter? And Twitter's a constant feed, so you have to be actively watching it in order to see what you want to see. So the platform definitely has its limitations, but it also has its advantages because there is no filter. Twitter shows you everything. There might need to be a filter. I don't know. They might adjust, but social media is a really like hard line with certain things, because if the idea of the algorithm, Twitter doesn't follow an algorithm.
Right.
It doesn't work like that. Instagram does. That's why we talk about what we're seeing. I get on, the first thing I'm always seeing is ESPN, because that's it. For some reason, it's got me locked into knowing sports, whatever. But someone else is getting locked into something completely different. But if we both get on Twitter and we're following the same people, we're seeing the same stuff on Twitter. Me and someone else with a different algorithm and on Facebook or Instagram. But with Twitter, we're seeing the same stuff just because it's chronological. It goes in that line.
And IG used to be like that. They
IG used to be like that. Yeah.
Chronological, and then but now it's like if they using the data to like your interest, whatever the stuff you're interested in, they just keep feeding you more and more of that.
They check how many people, like let's say you follow a lot of sports pages. They're going to throw you extra sports pages. They're going to throw you ESPN fantasy football. They're going to throw you ESPN this, and they're going to put you Fox Sports and this, even though you may not follow that stuff, but they see that you follow 10 different sports related stuff, so they're going to throw you more stuff. But if you go on, like if you're a girl and you want to look up makeup tutorials, or you want to look up, if you're someone that's in the surfing and you want to look up skating now, and you're going to get a bunch of skate stuff, it's going to happen based on what you're following, because they're going to add stuff. Twitter doesn't do that.
Social Experiment movie that popped up during the pandemic? It was I think it was called the Social Experiment, but it was like literally instead of the data going through and going, he's liking this, that they actually, like, the movie had a room full of like 10 people, and your like web feed or whatever was this big jumbotron, and they were like, oh, he just clicked on this, all right, so now let's feed him this. So and they were like pointing to these other people like, send him this, send him that. So they're all getting on the computers and typing it in and sending, and it was a movie about how everyone is so addicted to their phones, and how basically Facebook and these people, like there's a guy that invented the thumb scroll. Like the dude's a millionaire for inventing the thumb scroll.
Yeah.
And it's like did you see the
invented the thumb scroll?
Yeah. So there's a recently.
That's fascinating.
Recently, we've been seeing these like analytics of what humans are going to look like 100 years from now or 50 years from now.
Yeah,
I just saw one that showed that we're all going to look like we've got a hunchback, and our arms are going to be like a little deformed because we're always holding the phones.
Like
right.
this.
Yeah. Like an 80-year-old woman, but we're 30.
Damn. Hold on now.
A 30-year-old man.
I just can't see that as going to be the true way, because I think eventually phones are going to be more focused on. So we talked about Google Glasses, for example. I think that is the future. I think phones are going to find their way to be less about us holding them and more built on.
So you think they can make phones in the glasses?
I think you're going to get content.
They have already.
Iron Man type.
Yeah. I mean, they've already made it. It's called Google Glasses. Is a whole computer system inside the glasses.
Okay.
But the rebuttal to that is people not wanting to be recorded, right? So when you're walking into a place, there's that thing of I don't want to be recorded. And Marcus Brownlee, he's like one of these top YouTubers who always does these tech reviews and shit. When he got the Google Glasses, he's like, okay, I'm going to put them on. I'm going to wear them for the first 2 weeks to see how I like them. He goes, I walked into class and I felt like everybody was staring at me because I had these things on. And he's like, it made me so uncomfortable that I took them off. But not only that, he's like, he did have a problem where once he told people their Google glasses and there's AR or whatever, they immediately like didn't want to be in front of him. Like, get me out of the screen. I don't want to be recorded.
Yeah, but if you mass drop them, I think people adapt and they will buy into it. If everyone can get them and it's not just one-off person having them, and you're able to get them. I think people will take
the way
it.
the way that you're going to get people to do this is to drop them into celebrities and influencers' hands,
YouTubers,
and get YouTubers,
YouTubers,
and then get some dope content with how they're using that technology.
They go do a lot of pranks,
and then everybody else will want to hop on
and make them affordable. Make them $150, $200, $250 at the top, because you put stuff over too high, you're going to get select people.
You know that Oculus is like $1,200. The new version of that for the metaverse that's coming out, it's like $1,200.
The black one.
Yeah. Which is crazy, bro. Like that's out of the price range for a lot of people. But like, of course, what's his name from Facebook? Mark Zuckerberg said that you're buying a computer system. He's like, you're buying a top of the line computer system, so that's why you expect the price.
Still priced out.
It's still priced out, bro.
$1,200 for a phone is about as max as people can really go, and that's their phone.
And that's something we use every single
constantly.
day. Like PlayStation and Xbox, like they lose money by selling the console, but then they gain money with the video games that they sell.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like the PS5. I mean, maybe not now since they're going for $900 to $1,000 now, but when they were $500 or $600, like PlayStation was losing money every time they sold a console. But they got the money back on the back end by selling video games at
and controllers
$60.
And
Yeah. Apple gets a percentage of every single company that sells an Apple product.
I can believe that.
So, like, you know how, like, if you plug something in and after, like, 30 seconds, it'll say, like, not compatible? So that's a chip that Apple implements into everyone's, like, stuff. So it'll say, like, Apple certified or Microsoft certified on the actual package to know if they got a real sponsorship from Apple.
Interesting.
But Apple makes a percentage of if another company, Belkin, they're getting a percentage of all Belkin sales. Like Anchor getting a percentage of all their sales. Like that's so smart, dude.
That is so smart.
Because it's like all they did was implemented some type of firewall on the phone that said Apple products only.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Registered Apple products.
Yeah, and so there's probably like a data code that goes in that says, hey, access granted or access denied.
Yeah. I will say the Apple chargers that you buy on like Amazon, they may work, but unless it's a hypercharger, but like a lot of them, they won't work for as long as a typical Apple charger for
sure.
for whatever reason. I think if there's like, maybe this is our phones cutting it off. Maybe the actual, I don't know, maybe there's a way to, because I've never tried having someone else plug in my charger to their phone. It's not something we do. That's a weird thing to even think about, other than the one we have at the store is an actual Apple charger, so everyone's able to use it. But like, buy it on Amazon, I've noticed they just don't last that long, and nothing else changes. I don't really.
A lot of it has to do with the plug, not the cable itself, but
the box.
The box, yeah.
The box, dude, yeah.
So like Anchor's got a fire one that's like 30. Actually, I bought one that's 40 watts, but it's got 2 slots in it and does 20 watt, 20 watt, or a 30 watt to one, or 40 watt to one. But the phone doesn't take. It won't burn the phone up because the phone will only take 30 watts or whatever the max is for it.
Yeah.
But bro, I'm telling you, man, like I can plug my phone in and give it 5 minutes and it'll charge 33%.
Yeah.
In 5 minutes with just those little Anchor chargers, bro.
The Anchor chargers are clutch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so fast. It really, really works.
They've they've done so well with their chargers. I was thinking about buying one of their webcams to test it out here to see what it looked like.
Okay. Yeah. That's not a bad idea. The quality of product is top tier, so it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like this shot from over here, man. The one that we've got, that's a 120 degree wide angle. So most all of our 60 frame per second cameras we've got are like 90 degree, which is still impressive. But that's 120, so that's how we're able to get Yaman over there and me over here, and then if we're supposed to center it a little bit here to get Andrew in, but
It's all good.
yeah. But yeah, man. So everything going on with Twitter, I think it's a good move. He's a smart guy. He knows that Jack Dorsey or whoever was actually running the company was being super lenient with their employees. And,
Yeah.
and you've got to tighten the ship if you want to make money, and if you want to be the biggest. You can sit here and have fun and act like Google and have all your fun, sleeping. They've got like sleeping pods at the Google University.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, bro.
They can work
Hold
in
on,
big.
hold
They
on.
can work.
have a Google University?
Yeah.
Yeah, they work at beanbag chairs. There's
that's
so
lit.
many. There's so many things that Google offers.
They got these egg pods, bro, where like it's literally looks like an egg, and you can sit in it and close it up, or you can take a nap or get your work done like without anybody around you.
What?
Yeah. Their shit's like they got slides, bro, that you can go from like the second story to the first story. Like there's just a lot of random
Yeah.
shit they have.
Yeah,
there.
yeah, they
Just
do.
like to make it a fun experience, a fun
yeah.
environment, which
Yeah.
is dope. But like at the end of the day, man, you got to make money, and obviously Google knows how to do it with
But they probably
Google
do that. They
Ads.
probably do that too to keep the creativity going. 'Cause
Oh yeah.
yeah.
it's
Keep
hard
the
to be
morale.
creative when you're stressed out.
Well, and that's the
You know
thing.
what I'm
Like
saying?
I mean,
I feel like it's hard to be creative if you're stressed out.
yeah. I mean, how
So that's probably
a strange question, man. Like what do the Google employees do? You know what I mean? Because like
they work on
Google's
their own stuff. They're
Right.
allowed to.
Right. Okay.
So
But-
busy doing that.
Doing their own thing and then
I
trying
think
to put
they're-
it on Google. You know what I mean? Because Google's a search site, so they've got basically like everything's already implemented. Like you can't reinvent the wheel with Google because they're the
Yep.
top of the food chain, unless they're
Right.
going to start their own social media content. I don't see thousands of employees having to. I don't know, man.
I think that a lot of the times they're probably dealing with bots. They're dealing with maybe like potentially looking for
hackers. Or something.
hackers. Terrorism
That's
stuff.
that's a division of like 10 people though, right? Like that'd be
Sure.
like
Yeah, that would be like probably like some kind of floodgate. They would gatekeepers, if you will. I mean, I don't know.
we
Maybe
need to talk to somebody that works at Google.
Yeah,
man. We need to
tell
talk
us
to-
what
That'd
you
be so
what you
lit.
do there. What you have a fun environment to work, but what are
What's your
all-
day to day?
Yeah,
Like
what's your-
like
yeah.
what? Yeah, like what's your job? What I want to know what 10 people's job is at Google. Like,
What comes in
what
your
do you do
queue?
specifically?
Like what customer service are you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like what is the customer service of Google doing? My search engine's not. I mean,
At the end of the year, are you going to have something for Google that's, that you're going to launch? You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like, is there an end goal to the 12-month campaign of you working there, or are you just trying to maintain the ship? I mean, it could just be maintaining the ship at this point.
probably. I would. That's an interesting
Then they
thing.
give
I mean,
you the whole rundown. They're like, well,
I mean-
I first start up at, I wake up at 5 a.m.
Yeah, I
And
can
then-
see it too.
like
I take a warm shower. I brush my teeth.
right,
And then
right, exactly. Yeah, I brush my teeth.
brush my teeth.
Yeah,
then
yeah.
I'm headed down to
Yeah.
the Google headquarters.
First thing I do is I log in my computer.
I ju-
I check my emails. I got a few cool emails. You see that new Frogger game? There's a 2022 version. No, you never know. I think that Google might have their employees do filtering. They might search engine optimization. So I'm sure people are getting their stuff to the top of the Google food chain. So there's probably a whole department, I'm sure, that covers that. Maybe there's a whole Google section that filters through advertising. So you give that. I would also,
YouTube,
yeah.
so probably too, because
They probably be YouTube.
tied into Google.
Yep,
Yeah,
for
they
sure.
tied in with Google.
Yeah, I mean everything's Google. I mean you have probably a whole Gmail section to filter through. Email. I mean, we talk about junk mail, but like maybe Google filters through that. Maybe they're working for the government to keep track of stuff. So
yeah,
there
you
might
already-
be a lot of people. Obviously, they're working for the
Yeah,
working
yeah,
with the
you
government to a
already know.
degree.
Yeah,
But
you
like
go.
maybe there's a major section of people that are working on government compliance. Maybe there's just so many. I'm sure there are jobs. I'm sure there's a lot of jobs that we're not even thinking of. I'm just trying
It
to.
would
I'm trying
be-
to. I'm trying to.
We thinking about it. It
Yeah.
would actually be dope to try to talk to a guy that worked at Google.
If you work at Google, come onto the podcast.
It's
Let's
kinda
ask.
like, yeah,
Let's
it's like-
talk.
It's like some next level. They
They are.
up
Yeah,
there.
they
Like,
they are
they-
up
they-
there. They run. I mean, they are heavy on election time. They're heavy on. I mean, everything you could possibly think of, sports,
everything
music.
that's going on in the world.
They're just the first thing they put on. Like when I log in to search something on Google, it always gives me some kind of article related to my interest. It's got me every time, so I know it's got other people doing other interests because it's hyper specific. Like why would I don't know? I mean, not that someone could be interested in, but like I'm a Rams fan, and it always gives me Rams news. I'm in Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky. Why would I need Rams news? It knows I'm a Rams fan. Why? It doesn't know. I mean, it's known. I've searched the Rams, a dozen times plus for the podcast, for the sports talk on the levee, but it knows I've researched it, so it's obviously watching me. So it's giving me those articles on the front of my Google. I know Jay might be seeing that. He might be some sneakerhead stuff. He might see some streetwear, whatever. So we're all seeing different articles. Maybe there's
Speaking of sneakers, hey, the kicks he got on right now.
right.
The
Hey,
biohacks
come on,
are
hey,
incredible,
let's
dude.
get a little
Cameras
shot.
on that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
can we put
these
the
are-
cameras on that real quick.
These are some of my favorites, man. They've got like the black that's on it. It's got like it's like a Vanta black. It's almost like velvet, so it's super dark. But yeah, bro, these
Nice.
these Tokyo biohacks are fire, bro. I love these.
Shoestrings going crazy.
Yeah, I got the teal pair on this side.
Oh, I ain't even noticed that earlier today.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I love these shoes, man. These are one of my favorites, bro. They've come out with so many pair of ones that in the past couple of years, bro. Like the Lost and Founds that are being dropped on the 19th. They did a sneaker drop, and if you missed out on 20 pair of Jordan 1s, then they gave you exclusive access to win the Lost and Founds to
Oh,
buy
nice.
them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, damn, I've got to be there. I got to be at
Right.
20, but no, I guess not. But yeah, dude, this is one of those pairs that's like it fits the fit all the time because like everything inside the lab is all like pastel colors. So these
Yeah.
shoes are just, yeah, bro. I even like how the sides of them like that brown leather right there. It's
Okay.
detached from the shoe instead of like the regular Jordans where it's all just stitched together right there. Yeah, bro.
Hell yeah.
So I was just looking some stuff up,
Yeah.
man. The Jay Leno was burned in a car fire.
I saw that too.
Yeah.
That's
Damn.
crazy.
Yeah.
dude.
One of his cars in his
in his garage.
In his
yeah.
garage, he does a whole show on his cars. He's like 180 cars.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Right,
I
yeah.
wonder, there had to be footage, right? I'm sure he's got security cameras in there, man.
It had to been one
Oh.
like the older vehicles too, probably.
Yeah, instead of just burst into flames, man. You never know when it comes to those old cars, bro.
Was he? I mean, is he okay though?
I
You
think
know?
he's gonna be okay.
Yeah. There's saying a few weeks to recover, but he's doing
He
right.
good? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy.
which is awesome because that would be terrible.
It says people like him, Jay Leno, Rick Ross got a crazy car collection.
Mhm.
Currency too, like
Good.
Currency doing like NASCARs and stuff now. Like, I'm glad to hear you all right though.
Right, right.
That ain't nothing to play with.
No, it's not.
There's a high school teacher from Columbus, Ohio, and of course, man, it's always
Oh Lord.
like, yeah, they always got to blast it out, and then in the comments, it's like, of course, it's Ohio, of course, it's Ohio. But a teacher was arrested for secretly filming up the skirts of his students.
I saw
That's
that.
the scum.
What?
Yeah.
That's the scum of the earth, man.
Yeah,
What you
bro.
on, bro. Like,
Like, dude, like if you're gonna consume your life with that instead of teaching these kids like the morals and responsibilities that they should be doing, man. Like instead you're just being this creep that's walking around getting your fucking rocks off on. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's so like what the like? Did you? I don't know, man. Did you get into teaching
He'll
to
never
do
teach
that,
again.
or did you? Yeah, or did
Or you
just
get
give
there
up?
and he saw an opportunity or got weird on it with it, man. Like I don't know. I saw that and it's
It's a quick way to ruin your life for a long time.
exactly. And what gain do you have? What are you gaining,
gain.
man? What are you gaining? And this
Like-
is
Man,
there's
he's making
you're
all the
getting
fellas look- he
you're-
making all
exactly
the-
making everyone look. You're
all
looking
the
at
fellas look bad.
right,
Nah, it-
and you're I mean,
like,
dude,
come on, bro.
go do your thing on the internet, bro. Like don't bring that to work. Like you have to use some common sense and just some decency as a human being and respect the world, because it's not about you. We're all in this together, man. So he deserves everything that's coming to him, man. It's
You gonna have prison
sad.
time coming for him.
Yep,
That's what it
yep.
sound like.
Yeah, that never goes well in jail, bro.
Oh no! Ooh.
Never goes well in jail.
Right. He's
They'll be
definitely
like, what you in for?
Yep.
what you in for.
filming girls at my high school. I was a teacher.
Oh yeah, you getting beat up.
You're getting beat up.
You're
getting the brutal
beat
treatment.
up. It's dudes in prison. They got daughters and stuff. They gonna be thinking.
Oh,
oh
yeah,
you
nah,
getting beat up.
Oh yeah. I mean, you may go further. They might take it to the next level, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean,
all right.
we're not. I mean,
Yeah.
We should probably take a moment to give a shout out to Levy Love, man. Good friend of ours that passed away.
yeah.
Early this morning. Another guy.
Is
Not
that the guy that
that was
had the guy that gave with the award?
No. This is another guy that passed
Okay.
away of cancer. Yeah. So that was Bump
Donald
2
Bump,
weeks
yeah.
ago.
Yep.
And Levy Love just passed away from cancer this morning, man. So, and he's been going through it for like 5 years. But you want to talk about somebody that's always had such an outgoing, like soft-spoken spirit, man. Like he's always been so ginger with everyone he's ever met, dude. It's
Yeah.
like you can't help but love this guy. And I wish there was more of him around, man. You know, if there was, it'd be a lot. The earth would be a lot better place, dude. He always just put out there that he was blessed and just wanted to reciprocate that love that the city gave him. So.
Right. Rest in peace.
Yeah, shout out to
Rest
you,
in peace.
bro. You're not hurting anymore, and hopefully you can watch over all of us crazy misfits down here.
Yeah, man.
So shout out to you,
Shout out.
love you,
Shout
bro.
out. Love you, man.
All right,
in
man.
peace,
So
yep.
so back to it.
The Black Knight satellite.
Yeah.
Let's talk
Black Knight
that.
satellite.
Let's talk the Black Knight
That
satellite.
shit-
If you're
that shit
tuning in
roll
right
off the
now,
tongue.
this is the time to focus. Focus on what we're about to let you in on. So there's a satellite that orbits the Earth, and it was not made on Earth. That's all. That's the start. It is a satellite that is it seems like it's they have gotten some cameras used, but they don't have anything too close. We don't know where it came from, but it doesn't seem to be appeared to be made by man-made on Earth, and it's been around, Jay, like what, 20,000 years?
They say 20,000 years it's been
Yeah.
around. The first time that it was in the newspaper, I think, was like 1954 when they saw it. But this thing is black.
Yep.
It's made of material that no one on Earth has, and it's not. It doesn't look like the Sputnik or like any of these satellites that you would think.
Yeah.
It looks like a piece of Batman's like his bat wing.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know
yeah.
that thing that he throws, cut in half and then just floating in the sky. That's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah.
And the weird thing is that all of our satellites all orbit the Earth in a certain rotation. This one goes in the exact opposite direction.
The opposite way. Yep.
Yeah.
Strange. Very strange. Like we're being watched.
You say it's been
yeah.
on the Earth for 20,000 years?
That's
Yeah,
the
Why
theory.
in
That's
the
the theory of
hell-
it.
Well, we been to the moon and all that. Well, why in the hell we ain't trying to see what that look like?
I don't know. I mean, honestly,
Because we probably know what it is and they don't want to tell us, man.
Oh, okay, then leave it alone then.
But the
right? Exactly.
all right, here we go. I'll pull up the article for it.
The Men in Black go come out of nowhere.
Right, they're gonna come down here and start
Right.
talking to us. Here, I'll show you the picture real quick. Actually, let's get up on this camera right here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an actual photo from 1998 from one of the NASA photo databases. So that's not like some thing that some guy took a picture of and then posted it. It's actually from the NASA database. That photo was taken during the STS-88 mission. It claimed to show the Black Knight satellite as cataloged by NASA. Let's see. The history.
Said 20,000
So
years.
they're saying that according to some UFO conspiracists, the Black Knight is an artificial satellite from extraterrestrial origin that has orbited Earth approximately for 13,000 years. The satellite story is most likely a conflation of several disconnected stories about various objects and interpretations. All of them are well documented independently, and none of them use the term Black Knight upon their first publication. But this thing, man, like when they've seen it, it looks like it's trying to hide, right? It looks like it's black and it blends in with the galaxy. It looks like it's got like almost lights on it. I'm not sure if there are, but the way that it's made, it doesn't look flat at all. It looks like it's got a bunch of like, you know, corners and divots and things like that. Mm-hmm. And that's how they do. That's how they keep planes away from sonar. Like, so you can't read them is having like the bottom of the airplanes cut like this or like this. So when you're trying to do radar, I don't know if that's a thing anymore. I'm sure they got other types of stuff that can still find it. But the old radar you would shoot the radar up, and then the signal would come back, and then it would say, yeah, there's something there. So if the plane like that, what was that? Not the B-52 bomber, but it was like when I was a kid, like they had posters of it that you'd want to put in your room. It was like this black aircraft, and it had like it looked like a cape, right? But the way that it was made, it had all these like little diamond intricate cuts on it, and that was how it snuck away from all the radars back in the 80s or 90s or whatever.
Yeah.
But
I think that if it is designed so it pretty much keeps itself it's really oddly shaped, but probably completely by design. So
you would have thought it was an asteroid or some shit.
Yeah, if you look at it from first glance, it looks like some kind of like
debris.
Like a rock. Yeah,
but
space debris.
In a video we were watching, they also say that we could be spied by these asteroid-looking objects that are even further away from Earth. So there might be different species of alien that are spying on watching the Earth show.
During COVID, there was that asteroid that came real close to Earth, and it was called a Oumuamua.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that.
And the weird thing was, this Oumuamua, they say that it was just like a crater or an asteroid, but this thing used our gravitational pull to propel itself back into outer space. So whatever it did, it came around and it came into our atmosphere and then went around the Earth and shot back out, where it actually used our gravitational pull to spit it out, like to give it a lot more force.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is crazy to think that,
that's
you know, like that's, you know, and they're showing photos and it looks like a rock, right? But you don't know what they're showing you is real or not.
Right. I mean, what about the idea of like, you know, real camouflage, or, you know, we've always seen in cartoons where things like they make the little like lights and all of a sudden it becomes like a mountain. Something becomes
something
a mountain.
manifests.
Exactly.
Like a spaceship that look like a rock.
Right. So think about, we are in the infant stage of humanity and we're just discovering technology, right? We're discovering, we're in the process. I mean, we're 20 years since Facebook, or, you know, I mean, we're at that point of like 15 years since Facebook really started, 20 years since cell phones really like took off. So now we're at those beginning stages. You go 100, maybe 500 years ahead, where are we at? Are we able to, you know, manipulate things to make it look like a rock in 2 seconds flat? So like that technology could exist in another world, another galaxy, whatever. So who knows what if all these things around the Earth are just different states or different, you know, countries watching the Earth show, you know, watching us destroy ourselves, watching the whole process, and they just got a, you know, like a security system set up on a distant planet. I mean, there is some sounds crazy,
thought to that, because there's back when we started doing the nuclear testing. You know, that was when there was a big uptick in UFOs.
Yes,
so that is there's true. There's something to that. Obviously, if we're over here like little ants about to destroy, our colony, like, you know, again, are we not guinea pigs, but are we like a creation of something that they've made?
Yeah.
You know, where we're 80%, Neanderthal and 20% alien.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
No, for real. What if they implanted themselves in the time of the Egyptians? Maybe because we talked about the pyramids and the building of those. But what I was thinking, what do they call us? We call ourselves Earth, humanoids, humans, whatever. What do they call us? Are we like
we're probably aliens.
Project
Yeah.
7225. We're
Right.
watching. Turn on channel 7225. What they're doing right now?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's interesting to think about. Turn on like their cable TV and they're watching.
I would
watching us.
love to believe that the Black Knight satellite is exactly that. That the Black Knight satellite is Time Warner cable in another
For the Earth.
universe,
for all the different species
Yeah.
to watch.
They
us.
watching us.
so they
Yeah.
can watch us, bro.
Yeah. It's just one channel of many. There's probably black satellites on a bunch of different.
Right.
That's kind of like some Jim Carrey, the Truman.
Ed TV to the Truman
Truman
Show.
Show.
Yeah.
That's bro. I would
on a grand scale.
That's what I think of when I think of the Iborg and getting like that eye is like the first reality show, bro. Like the first real life reality show that you've got 24 hours a day.
Well, they having fun watching us because it's a whole lot of crazy shit happening on Earth right
Right,
now. I'm trying to
right.
tell you right now.
Oh, they're having a ball right now,
They
dude.
having a ball, right?
They're sitting there drinking their green wine.
Right. They got tabs on Kanye.
How crazy would that be if aliens came down and like, we want to speak to Kanye?
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, if aliens were to come to the planet and they were to be like, all right, take us to your leader. Who is Earth's leader?
Shit. I don't know.
Taylor Swift. They bring in Taylor Swift. Apparently, man, since her
Okay.
ticket sales came out, obviously she's the
Yeah.
leader.
A friend of mine, she was here at the store or whatever, and she was like, I got Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift's email, and like they sent an email blast to all the ticket buyers and all the people that are in the fan club and everything, and she's like, this email's so important, and she was like,
That's crazy.
yeah, it was the email was really it was super fancy. They do it right. Everything about
okay.
it. Yeah. It was like they got the T Swift, all the club stuff, and they have like merch links, and they have just to the nines for an email, if you will. But she held that email on the cover that she put in her favorite file. Like it was just
they do it right, bro, because she's got so like to keep her album sales high, like she's got the CDs that she dropped, and then apparently she's got 4 different albums that are coming out.
yeah. And there's 6 different colorways of the most recent album that you can buy, and you can get it signed. So you can buy one of the 6, or you can get all 6, and they're the same album, just a different color.
Different color.
Just a different color. That's all it is.
Yeah.
There's no change.
And then the album has 4 unreleased songs that are
Yeah.
on the CD. So like you
They're
know,
maximizing every penny.
oh, she's killing it, bro.
Yeah.
And then the tour that she just set up, where it was like pandemonium this morning, where like people are trying to get these damn tickets for a stadium, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
But she hasn't toured in years. She hasn't toured in a while. So this is the first one in a long time. So
And they waiting for it.
they're waiting for it.
They
They're
waiting
itching.
for it.
I know. I mean,
They
like,
fiending for it.
yeah, when she showed me the email of the Taylor Swift, she's like, yeah, I've got all 6. I got a signature. I'm like, this and this and this. And she was like, that's to the moon. That's all she could talk about. And I'm like, yeah, Taylor Swift's cool. Like she comes on the TV in the store sometimes. Like it's whatever to
You
me.
know what?
But to her, it's everything.
You know what's crazy? One of my good friends from back in the day was Drew from the Tears in My Guitar, that song.
Oh yeah.
So he was the actor that played Drew in it was
Yeah.
Tyler Hilton.
the guy with the elevator.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, the elevator song. I remember.
Good for you for remembering that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just dope.
I remember it all. Yeah. That was a dope video. Yeah. He's really good. He deserves a shine. That's for sure.
Yeah, man. Whenever he's
Even
back
as
in
a-
town, we need to bring him in.
Absolutely. Yeah.
He's the shit. He played Elvis Presley in the movie Walk the Line too.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
so
a,
Joaquin Phoenix played Johnny Cash, and he played Elvis Presley in it, which was
that's dope.
it's got to be a milestone for him, dude. Like when I was at his house in Nashville, and there was this big poster of Elvis on the wall, and I'm like, damn, bro, you're an Elvis fan? He's like, you serious, dude? I played Elvis. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like Didn't even have a clue. Didn't even realize that was you, bro. Like it was. He played such a good role. Like I didn't even fucking.
Yeah, two and two together.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
To get that role would be so sick. Like
Elvis?
you
got it.
you have to have it.
Have to.
We talked
do it
about
right.
having it, earlier, like whether it's photos, whether it's music, whatever it is, like if you have that, the eye, you have the skill, you just have it. You can't
have that.
yeah. Right. There's an X factor in there. But to be
Elvis,
be chosen to be Elvis, like the most iconic, like rest in peace, my grandmother, like she to the grave would preach Elvis, man. Like she also believes she was abducted by aliens. That's another topic.
Oh yeah.
My grandma Pat, yeah. I could tell you that. My mom's mom, yeah. She said, yeah.
I need to hear this story.
Oh, we can.
I believe like why would somebody make up that story?
She told the whole family that, like, and I told her that dolphins are like, I told her that dolphins like have sex and they've been known to rape people.
Oh yeah.
Right. I told her that and it blew her mind. And when that little detail that I told her that I found on the internet blew her mind, and she tells me the alien story, I'm like. You put the thing, like she doesn't know everything. She just knows I was abducted by aliens. We basically they stopped at a stop sign in their neighborhood, and her husband at the time, he passed when my mom was young, Chico, woke up 4 hours later in the same spot, and she claims it till. She's like, I don't know what happened to that time, and we just were up, and then we went back home, and it was like time just didn't exist. And she's like, we talked about that for years, about how that just missing time.
Yeah.
She said it was a little under 4 hours, like 3 hours and something, but like that is just, and cold chills. She's like up and down that something happened, and I can't recollect that time. And she's like, your mom wasn't, like no one was around. It was just us, and we just, something happened, and then the following day, like 15 to 20 reports in Kentucky, northern Kentucky, reports of alien activity when that happened. Yeah, so there was proof behind her story too.
Right.
She showed me some stuff. So like that, wild to even think that my grandma Pat, rest in peace, went through that experience, and she said she wasn't sore, nothing like that. She didn't feel anything. She just knows they remember like a lightish, and then they were still at the stop sign, and time had just went, and both of them, her and Chico, looked at each other like, what just happened? And she told me that till forever. She used to preach about getting abducted by aliens.
There was a story about.
I never want to be
right. She was convinced, man. She was so convinced there was no telling her wrong.
Scary.
So like, I mean, do I say no? Do I say? I mean, no way, Grandma. Like, she was not much. She didn't lie. She wasn't like that kind of a person.
You know how scary that would be, bro. Like,
oh, for sure, dude.
If you just wake up, cause all right, look, you see this right here, this little look at, okay,
the alien. Yeah, I'll get the alien.
Yeah, okay.
You can hold it. That's it.
You see this?
You're in camera. Yeah. The alien right there.
I think
So
that's
you
just.
get abducted and you wake up and you see like 5 of these things looking at your ass like this. What the hell?
I'm just gonna ask him.
That's scary, man.
Are you me in the future?
I would ask questions. I would in panic mode. I'm like, who are you? Like, are you and me in the future? They probably wouldn't tell me. They'd probably just, do the whatever probing they needed to do. And because I think the idea is that they wipe your memory and then they send you back, and they've done their research on humans. Maybe they're like,
See, that's the Men
I
in
don't
Black.
know. Right?
The Men in Black.
There's a movie called Fire in the Sky that's insane, dude. It was such a good movie back in the 80s, and it was about like this 4 or 5 like construction workers that were working on a house, and then they saw a bright light out in the woods, and they walked out to it, and 3 or 4 of the guys stayed at the truck, and then one guy jumped out. His name was Travis something, but he walked up to the shining light. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, something happened. A big bright light went off, and the 3 guys or whatever, took off and left Travis there. And then they turned around and went back for him. Travis was gone, and the spaceship was gone as well. And then they called the police and said, "Hey, this happened." They all got questioned because everyone was under suspicion that they killed him. And so 5 days went by, and all of a sudden Travis shows up at a gas station, like wearing the same clothes that he had on, but like completely disoriented, like didn't know what was going on. and like through hypnosis, like he was able to pull those memories out of his head on everything that happened. So in the movie, like he was like they've got him in like a pod, like almost like Killer Clowns from Outer Space, or like the Matrix. Honestly, like he was in a pod that he had to break open,
plugged in.
Yeah, like the whole crazy shit, and like I've heard so many different stories of UFOs, and they all say the same thing. Like the UFO was built for somebody that's like 4 feet tall. There's no seams in it at all. Like there's no corners, so everything is rounded. There's no. It's not a square room.
Right.
You know, there was a story.
You're in a cockpit.
Yeah,
if you will.
Yeah, but even the chairs are like too small for humans.
For humans, like, But we go to, let's say it's humans in the future. Do humans get that small? Do we condense down, or
I mean the way that I've always looked at it, it's like, you know, once Neuralink gets installed where people can talk without using words, our mouths are going to get smaller, right?
Okay.
You know, I think, and then if you're out in the galaxy and you're not around the sun or all the UV lights and everything, then your eyes are going to get darker. You know what I mean? Your pupils are going to end up getting bigger because you're going to have to absorb more light to see. So I don't know, man. But
do you think that the food aspect of it? So then, when you get down to the, then you
end up looking like this.
No, when you get down to nutrition,
some people do look like that right now.
Yeah.
there's some people that aren't too far from that.
Do you think that the nutrition goes down to more effectiveness than rather pleasure? So
100%,
the food just becomes
we're
focused on rice.
Fillers.
We focused on rice with nutrients in it, and that's all you eat it, so that it slims you down. They've
pill, bro. Just a pill.
Pill. Yep, they slim you down, so then it makes you skinnier and makes you more agile to be able to get into a ship. And then height wise, maybe they are. How do you condense a human to go from the average let's say the average human's 5'9", you bring it down to 4 feet or 5 feet less?
I mean, we're already shrinking, right?
We are shrinking.
Yeah, they say humans
originally were huge. Yeah, they were giants.
And that brings me to Avatar, because I was gonna be like, was that a movie about aliens? The blue, not the last Airbender, the other Avatar, the blue folks.
Yeah.
Like,
was that working on another Avatar?
Yeah, that was about a whole nother world. Yeah.
But they created a language for that movie. They created a language for that movie.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
they created a language for
Star Wars too.
No, for that too, but the Minions.
Oh,
yeah, they got their own.
Yeah, Despicable Me.
You know what, dude? Come to think about it, I've got a McDonald's toy that one of them screams out, "Fuck it." Swear to God. When I saw it popping up online, I was like, "There's no way that this thing really says that." And yeah, man, you hit the button, and like one of his words was "fuck it."
Oh shit.
Yeah, okay.
Okay then.
Cool.
That's cool.
Hanging on to this one,
right? Yeah,
Giovanni, you don't get this.
Yeah, you getting that one?
Let me see that bird dog.
Yes, sir. It's fascinating to think that aliens could be us, and we adapt.
We aliens to, if there's other life forms out there, we're aliens to them. Just
you're considered an alien by traveling to a different country, an illegal alien, if you will.
So the definition of an alien is an unknown.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, exactly. So,
unknown.
But based on knowledge that we are seeing now with the Black Knight satellite and these asteroids, they have way more information on us than we have on them. We're still struggling to figure out if aliens are inside the center of our own planet. Like there's theories in Antarctica that there's a hole, and inside that hole there's a whole nother ecosystem and a whole nother world of extraterrestrials.
There's a lot of funky stuff going on with Antarctica.
Antarctica is fascinating.
No one owns the land. No one can claim it.
You can't even go there unless you're unless you have a pass for scientific exploration.
You're not
even allowed to go there.
For it. Then you already know what's going on.
You ain't allowed to go there. We ain't allowed to unless you get clearance. You're not going. Yeah, you ain't going.
Area 51.
I mean, there's theories that Area 51 is a gigantic distraction. Have you seen that one?
Bro, not only is Area 51 a giant distraction, I swear on my dad's grave, when I was on 75 North, I was driving to Dayton, Ohio, and I saw a UFO on the highway on a semi, on a flatbed semi. There was a police car in front of it, a police car behind it, flatbed, and then there was a fucking UFO. I swear on my dad's grave. It was wrapped in that white like saran wrap that they wrap cars in, like when they're brand new and they're taking them across the states or whatever. This thing was literally suction to it where you can see that it was definitely a craft, and it wasn't big, bro. Like this thing was sitting like on the bottom of it, and it was wide enough where it was in the right lane, and it was only taking up the right lane. And I took a picture of it. It was on one of my phones where I was like, I had the phone out and I was trying to take the photo, and I've got the photo of the UFO in my back window, like aimed over to it. But they always said that the Wright Patterson Air Force Base.
Oh yeah, that's Fatborn.
Was the real Area 51. They said Area 51 used to be like the spot, but once everyone found out about it, then they started bringing everything over to Hangar 18.
Which makes sense. Why would you keep it where tourists are going? Why would you? I mean, like I know you have.
Well, I mean, at the same time, the Fort Patterson Air Force Base is a place that tourists go to. You can go there and you can tour it today.
Sure, but Area 51 is on a whole different public level.
You can't drive through there though, because No,
I drove through Area 51.
No, I'm talking about Wright
Patterson. Yeah.
You just can't go through there. They'll shoot you. They like the
at the fort. No, you're talking in Area 51. They'll shoot you.
No,
they'll shoot you at both.
And over in Fatborn, that's by Wright State. Yeah. That little out of that road, you have to go through a toll to get through there. If you just try to go through there, like they'll shoot you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I visited the place. I've been there before. They've got like the plane that dropped the atomic bomb. But
you can't just go through without permission.
Right. Like, but so, I actually took the trip out there in Area 51. Like our honeymoon was a whip, dude. We went out to Vegas, spent a couple days there. Then we rented a car, and we drove through Area 51. We went to this place called the Little Alien Inn, which is like, it's been in the movies and stuff. It's like, it's right there where it's like a bar restaurant, and then the fence that you can't cross or you get killed. Like they'll shoot you right there.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, it's
but so we got a chance to do that, and I put the GoPro on the front of the car. Like when we went down, they call it the Extraterrestrial Highway is the name of the actual road. So I slapped up a bunch of native stickers on the Extraterrestrial Highway sign. But we actually passed one of the they call them camo dudes, and what they are is like they're guys in camo that drive these white trucks, and they're the ones that protect the Area 51. They're the ones that, like, if you cross the path, they're going to come up there and say, hey, we'll arrest you and take you down to Lincoln County. So we drove there. We went to the Little Alien Inn. It was nighttime by the time we got there. So then from there, we were trying to find a hotel. So we were driving through Roswell. No, not Roswell. Damn, what's the name of the town? I don't know. Anyways, so we were driving through and trying to find a hotel. And the way like Nevada is, the highway's like 70 miles an hour, and then all of a sudden the highway's in the middle of a town. So then it goes from 70 to 35, and then back to 70. Like
what?
The highway, like it's a highway, and then all of a sudden there's restaurants and stuff, and the speed limit drops down. And so we were speeding through it, and I got pulled over by a Lincoln County sheriff at that. And Kale and I were partaking in some stuff, and put it out on her side of the car, and the cop comes up to her side of the car, roll the window down, and it's like, obviously, like, oh shit, we're gonna spend the night in jail. And like with the Lincoln County, and this is the Lincoln County sheriffs are the ones you don't want to mess with. Like even the camo dudes, like you watch videos and they're like, we'll take you down to Lincoln County Sheriff's Office and they can deal with you guys. So like I thought we were screwed. The guy comes up, license, registration, man, sorry, this is a rental. We're traveling for a honeymoon. He's like, where are you guys from? We're like, Cincinnati. He's like, no shit, I lived in Cincinnati. And, and I was like, no kidding. He was like, yeah. He was like, I was a part of the emo scene back in the 80s there. And I was like, oh shit. I was like Bogarts, and I was like, you remember Top Cats? He's like, I love Top Cats. I'm like, they're just about to open up with a new location. So hit it off, dude. And I was like, look, man, I'll send you some stuff. I'll send you some native stuff. I really appreciate you. So he let us go, thankfully. So
wow.
we got out of there.
Stars aligned there,
man. But then bro, me and this dude are still friends to this day. Like we talk on Facebook, and Miles Umino, if you're paying attention, man.
Hey, shout out, bro.
Yeah. So, and that was one of the guys I wanted to get on the podcast, bro, because he was a Lincoln County sheriff, and he's like, bro, there's some stories that I've got, like some alien stories, and he was down there when that whole alien takeover, when they were trying to take over Area 51.
Yeah.
He was working for the sheriff's office at that time. So like he was like one of the main dudes on duty. But
nice.
It was crazy, man. Like seeing people like that might know more than what other people can even imagine.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like he's there, he's protecting something
day to day.
That
day to day too.
Yeah.
Like every situation he has seen both sides of the coin.
Both sides of the coin. That's the crazy thing. Like he knows what's on the other side of the fence.
Right.
Like that's crazy to me, dude.
Within his clearance level, because like I know they don't even give all the info to the president. So if you're not giving all the info to the president, because the president's only there for 4 to 8 years,
right?
So you can't give him all the details. But if you're not giving to the president, that's the top of the food chain. So the guys below are probably only getting so much, but they know way more than your resident person. Your average tourist is just at their like at the mercy of the city and the state. And to think that aliens are literally like, or aliens may not be there, but the history of humans discovering ET, that is wild. That is far beyond our reach of our mind. Like, how do we even like? How do you put that into like everyday terms? Like, man, there's people from a whole nother planet, other galaxies, traveling the speed of light, or to travel to us, to touch down on Earth to research us humans. Like, crash landed. We got there. We got bodies in tanks underground. You know, I mean, like, it kind of, when you mentioned the story about seeing the UFO on that truck, why wouldn't they use, I don't know if anyone's familiar with that, Walmart and other companies, there's underground highways.
Right.
Why wouldn't they just use an underground passageway to transport that kind of, unless it was some kind of...
It was so surreal because it was obvious what it was, right? Like, they had it wrapped in that white tarp or whatever, but like, to a T, like it.
Why wouldn't you put it underground?
I don't know.
Why would you travel that? Like, if it wasn't a tourist attraction, some kind of, you know about the alien house, the UFO house that's in Covington, that's up on the like that looks. I mean, that looks legit. Like, that guy's
UFO.
There's a UFO house that's in Covington, Kentucky. And it looks.
It's right on the side of the side of the like DeVue Park,
by
right there.
DeVue Park, yeah.
It's pretty dope, man. There's only like, and I read about those houses. So it was basically like a house that this company built, but it looked like a spaceship, and the front door drops down like that. So you walk upstairs, and it's just one big round, like 70s looking house. But I think they only made 11,000 of them, and only like 3,000 of them still exist or something.
It's cool.
Something crazy like that. But yeah, like that one.
But that thing, like, what if it's not a tourist attraction and it's something that level of security? Why not travel to the most secure highways below ground?
Maybe they did. Maybe they made it as far as they could.
They could, and you just caught it.
And then they brought it up to
go
that
to
last
the next
stretch.
Yeah, maybe they were going to Dayton, Ohio. Maybe they were going.
They were. It was definitely right. The right Patterson Air Force.
So they were at the home stretch, and you just caught it. Yeah. Okay, maybe that makes sense. I just don't understand why you would travel the country in something that everyone knows is not of this world.
Right.
I don't know.
No, it was definitely like a wow moment, dude. Like, there's no like, really, especially for someone that's always like wanted to see aliens or see UFOs or see this and that. Like, to be able to see that on the road and just go, holy shit, like
Right.
And it's not like I saw it in Chicago or I saw it I saw it going to a place that's notorious for like that type of experiments and stuff. You know what I mean?
That's fascinating.
I've tried to find it too, man. It was on one of my older phones, and like, you know how you can go and you can like do the map and zoom in on I-75 or zoom in on the levee and see all the pictures you've taken here.
Yeah.
I can't find them on there, man. I don't know where it's at. I don't know if it's on an older phone that was connected to a different like iCloud. I mean, there wasn't even iCloud back then, but so I don't know.
It's probably just hard on your phone, just a hard picture on your phone, not an iCloud. So you got to get that photo because that photo's got some value to it.
Dude,
at least,
seriously,
yeah.
That photo is at least worth $10,000 because I can like there's companies out there that are like, hey, send us proof of UFOs or aliens and we will pay you cash.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I swear if I see a UFO, shit, I'm taking a pill. Yeah,
you better get all the photos, bro. Get the camera out. Yeah.
Yo, yeah,
That's the thing is like
10,000.
Yeah, and we live in a society that is so open and wanting to get answers, and for some reason the government just isn't giving us what we're asking for. Like,
they're
just
not going to give it to us.
They're not, because they don't want panic.
Yeah,
they don't want chaos. They don't want.
I don't think people would panic. I think
they would.
I think
they would.
I think Christianity would be questioned.
They might panic.
Yes,
and
religion would be questioned.
It was people. Okay, so when they had Blink, it was people out there. They had a huge circle in OTR, and they was out there praying and stuff. I'm walking with Wolf.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, what, bro? It's just a light show, bro. Like, but I guess I don't know.
Collection of people. If they're all collecting and they all believe in the same thing, they will join hands. I've witnessed it many of times.
They might be the only people that, like, if it was like on some alien stuff, like people like that, they might be the only ones that trip. But I don't think people go. You know what I'm saying?
Pray in the middle of OTR, maybe.
If I say alien, I ain't go be ready to sit here and pull out a Bible and pray.
I bet you they will.
But
dude. If someone sees an alien and they think
for so long,
people,
so it's like,
if you see an alien, a lot of people, if you see alien or some kind of life form, you think of end of times. Okay, so like, it's a fine line between,
and that's the movie's fault.
That's media's fault. That's media's fault for sure. In books and like, you know, the Left Behind series and Revelations and the end of the world. And if aliens are here, are they what people consider gods? You know what I mean? So we talk about Egyptians and we talked about the pyramids being built, and they have all the hieroglyphics of the history, and they've got like rockets on them, like rockets way before you would ever think.
Yeah, astronauts.
Yeah, they've all this on the walls, and it's not something that's like hidden. You can go and physically see it yourself. If you want to travel to Egypt, you can see the hieroglyphics in real time and see it for yourself with your own two eyes. So it's not like they're hiding it. You know, look on Google, you can see the astronauts, you can see spaceships, you can see figures that are of other, you know, worlds. That is something we don't. It's hard to comprehend, but you see it in hieroglyphics, so you see it in their perspective. But if you were to see stuff in real time and in real, you know, flesh and blood, I think humans would panic. They would bring out the weaponry.
But we've seen movies like Independence Day.
They would lock down. They would go martial law. They would lock down. You know, we're talking serious human implosion if something is something of that magnitude was released to the public.
We'd have seen movies like Independence Day. We'd have seen movies like Alien versus Predator.
Like we're desensitized.
And it's been showed, like those movies
to prepare
kind of like. Well, and the presentation of it being like aliens are evil, but what if they're not even evil?
I think they're researchers. I think I would say we're ants. We're ants in an ant farm.
Nice people. What if they
nice people? Yeah, maybe. Well, I mean, who says they're not?
I mean, we won't know in our generation. You know, in our lifetime, we won't know.
We may.
So check
Who's
this
to say
out.
we're not? I mean,
yeah, that's true too.
So just this week,
our lifetime is now. We are here.
Just this week,
we'll
they
be old as hell if we ever see something like that, though.
They discovered a tunnel beneath the Sphinx in Egypt that may lead to Cleopatra's tomb. which is weird because for a long time they've said that there's a tunnels underneath, and that there's an entrance behind the ear of the Sphinx. Actually, a weird story. There was this kid that was like 8 years old that claims that he's reincarnated and he knows all about the Sphinx, and he was like, there's a hidden door behind the ear to get you into the tunnels of there and the whole nine. And he was, I don't know, he's from Ukraine or something, but like turned out like this kid, like a lot of the stuff he was saying was true, like this young kid. But for a long time they've been saying that there's like this door by the foot to get into the tunnel, and that the actual Sphinx's head was remade recently. So like even though the Sphinx was made 12,800 years ago or whatever, they're saying that within 2,000 years ago they redid the head, and if you look at it, the head doesn't match the body at all. The head's a lot smaller,
right?
Which would happen if you're cutting away at the original face, right?
Yeah.
It's always going to look smaller. But the fact that like the national treasure movies and all that stuff, like they're always saying there are these hidden tunnels and tombs, and like the fact that we don't spend all day and night in Egypt figuring out what the fuck and how and where, all these stones that they use to build the pyramids weigh tons. Yep. And they try to say that they used wet sand to roll these rocks that weigh tons.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
But then there's these tombs that are like thousands of feet or hundreds of feet in the air, which you would have to roll these ton rocks uphill. It just doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense, but it makes sense if you have help.
Right.
And that is the big question. Who is helping? Are they giants? Because there's also the theory that giants helped build the pyramids.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, but is giants are they extraterrestrial? Like, could there be multiple alien forms that dropped all their species on Earth to see who was the greatest survivor? Like, I mean,
there's something called the Yellow Book that has I don't know who wrote it, and I don't know if it's real or not, but it's called the Yellow Book, and it has every strain of species. Alien, human, the whole nine, and like apparently there's like 230 something like different like alien species.
Wow.
Reptilians,
I've heard that,
the whole nine,
yeah.
like Palladians and
the reptilians are ones that are rumored to be in Antarctica.
The reptilian.
The reptile people, the green people,
folks,
yeah. They're the ones that are one of the species that are rumored to be in Antarctica. Like there's people going down to the species of alien that are inside our Earth. There's got to be some truth to it, man. Right. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, if no one can go to Antarctica, like, what's going on?
If you Googled Agartha, that'll open up a lot of your
look up Agartha.
So if you're confused on the whole Antarctica thing right now, look up the city of Agartha, and it's basically like it shows how there were four rivers that all like went into this one circle that dropped into the center of the Earth, and I mean, who knows, man? There's that Lieutenant Fravor. So he was a pilot for the U.S. Navy, and they caught some like the Tic Tac UFO. Have you heard about that in like 2016 or 2017? They caught this Tic Tac UFO that was following them, and it went from 50,000 feet to 50 feet above water in 1 second. So it went from 50,000 feet, dropped all the way down to right above sea level, and then just hovered there. And not only that, it went to their catch point or whatever they call it. So, like, and as a U.S. pilot, Navy pilot, you've got like your catch points where I've got to be here. This is my next stop. That UFO knew where they were going before they even made it there. So it went there before they did and caught their catch point. And like they've got the whole thing filmed and documented. There was like 7 different like Navy pilots that saw this thing. But a lot of that stuff, like there's a lot of theories that the UFOs are like submersible, right? Like they can go underwater. And who knows if that's the entrance to the center of the earth too, bro? Because like
we don't know, we know more about space than we do the ocean.
Water, yep.
So we know more about outside of our planet than inside our planet. So who's to say that underneath Mariana's Trench, there's not a hole that they're just able to exit and they're able to deal with the pressure and get to the top? Because like if you have the level of technology, why wouldn't you make something that's pressurized that you could go where the planet that you're on they can't access? If you have the technology and you're way ahead of the game, why wouldn't you make it so it's the planet you're on they can't touch you?
And on Animal Planet, they used to do a simulation where they would they'll show you like deep in the ocean, like where you can't even get to. And they used to show you what the fish look like, and they look like aliens.
Yeah. So yeah, bro. So
prehistoric.
So one of the,
prehistoric. Yeah.
You know, one of the guys that's gone the deepest in the world is James Cameron.
Yes.
The guy that made Aquaman and like. Did he make Aquaman? No, that was in the movie Entourage.
He made
that was a fake Aquaman
he made. Dude, James Cameron made a lot.
He made Avatar, bro. He made Avatar.
We just talked about that earlier.
But anyways, James Cameron went down the Marianas
Created a
Trench.
whole language. Yeah.
The Marianas Trench is the deepest part of the ocean, and so like when you get down there, the pressure of everything is too insane, right? But like there's animals down there, there's fish down there that are like
no one's been to the bottom, right? No one's been to the very surface, the very floor.
I think they have.
They've touched the floor of the lowest point of the earth.
There's no way.
Let's look it up. Yeah,
because of the water pressure.
Power of Google. Shout out to Google. You got a big place
working at Google.
Yeah, right. We're looking for sponsorships if Google's interested. But for real, we're looking for sponsorships. If you're looking to be a sponsor of the Native TV podcast, the PowWow, or Sports Talk on the Levee, we're looking for sponsorships for different beers, different people making cool stuff. So yeah.
While thousands of climbers have successfully scaled Mount Everest, the highest point of Earth, only 2 people have descended to the planet's deepest point, the Challenger Deep in the Pacific Ocean's Mariana Trench.
They still living?
Still living.
Still living.
Okay.
I would think that our technology would just crush anything at that level. The pressure is.
I mean, to think that there can be like a bioluminescent. How do you say that? Bioluminescent. Bioluminescent. There it
Bioluminescent. Yeah.
Like fish that somehow can keep its buoyancy without being crushed on the pressure of it is insane to think.
And like the fish that has the light.
That's it. That's the one that you see at the bottom of the Marianas Trench. Mm-hmm. That one, like you don't see crabs and stuff with shells.
What was the movie that had that in that? Finding Nemo or some fish movie?
It would make sense because they need it to survive. Because if you all the way down there, it's dark as hell. I feel like it would be.
Oh, there's no light.
Yeah, there's no light. So
light only goes so far in there. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
So
that's crazy too to think that how low into the world it is. The light from the sun can't even reach that, and the power it's immense. So
it makes sense. You might see a little. If you all the way down there, you see a fish that can light up.
Yeah, why? Yeah,
hey.
But where did it create? Where did that power be created?
That's a great question.
All right,
we don't.
Let's go there. We're here now, man. We're thinking on that level. So like, where does this fish adapt to where it creates its own light? It creates its own source of energy.
We don't know.
How? How is this possible that a fish that's sitting in the ocean can create its own form of energy to light up its surroundings?
Those are all high-def photos of the bottom of the Mariana Trench. That was crazy.
So we've gone there with technology. Just humans have never. Can you imagine like walking at the bottom of that?
I ain't gonna lie. If you said it was only 2 folks, if they been down there and they came back and they still alive, like they ain't been eaten up by like a monster piranha. They were in a submarine. A
submarine with like 9-inch thick glass. Yeah, it was something that has to be like
prepared.
Yeah. Have you? I mean, you even like not quite as that deep, but like when they're like exploring like down where the Titanic was sunk. those
That's
cameras.
another conspiracy theory.
Yeah,
we can the Titanic. We can dive into Titanic.
I
But
think
is there enough time? But I'm just saying, like, the fact that the Titanic stuff, like those that down there exploring, get to the level even so deeper where that water pressure, because where the Titanic's at, that's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure that's down there. Like, to get so much further than that, and to walk to be in a ship underneath the water, exploring the most uncharted territory in the planet. You know what I mean? We know more about space than we do the ocean. So down that deep, I mean, can you imagine, like, the different species we haven't discovered? Like, if one thing we know that can light itself up, I wonder the amount of fish that can light themselves up, their whole body, maybe lights on their end of their fins or whatever. I mean,
Holy shit, that's real? That's crazy.
What? Put that on the camera. Go, you got you right in front of you.
Hey, speaking of Titanic, hey, I ain't gonna.
Yeah.
He could have, at that very ending where they was like on that little cardboard, not cardboard, but
Jack should have survived.
Yeah, he should have.
Yeah.
You got me fucked up. Because if I was on there, I would have been like, girl, we both trying to.
Right. He should have survived. She should have given him a little bit of space.
Come on, man. What the?
Wow.
Look
at that
see,
thing.
It's stuff like that. Like
that
right
is
there.
alien,
That's
bro.
What I'm
That is
about,
alien.
bro.
What? We're looking like we're watching Blink right now. The Blink light show. That is wild, man. That is wild.
But adapting to your surroundings, man, it happens in Mother Nature everywhere, dude.
But how do you create the light? No, even if the world went completely dark and we lost the sun. Go with me for a second.
No.
How would we create light, dude? How
we do. Like
outside of fire.
We can physically
create light. On our fingertips?
There's like the ultraviolet rays or something. You can look it up, man. But the human body does produce light.
Yes. Okay.
And
yeah. I'm with you. Yeah. If we lost. I mean, their eyes are all black. They got to be able to take in light, bro.
Just think about it. Just think about it this way. You know, when you turn off the lights,
put that back up for a second.
You can't see. You can't see for 30 seconds, but then all of a sudden you start adjusting and things start falling into place, and you can start seeing better.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
That's why pirates wore eye patches. You know that? They would wear the eye patch, and then so that eye would stay in the dark. So when they were at the top of the post trying to find things, they could lift it up. This eye's been in the dark, so it can see better than this eye can. So you're able to see stuff like another ship or something you're trying to rob or whatever it is. But that's the whole point of the pirate.
Because your eyes are adjusted.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Your eyes definitely do adjust in dark.
Yeah.
Like if you're ever sat in a room, just like in a dark room, like eventually, like.
You can see outlines of things. Yeah.
All right. So all these lights and stuff that's right here, right now. If we went in a dark room, it's gonna be crazy. We gonna be like, bro, like, you ain't gonna be able to see nothing.
Have you ever been in a cave?
Same thing.
I've been in a cave, and they turn because they have in a lot of caves that you explore. Like I've been on like a water trip, in a cave really deep below. It was pretty wild.
Caves scare me.
Caves are intense. It was kind of. There was times we had to like squeeze between like certain cracks, and I really thought like if you were over like a bigger guy or bigger woman, you would not be able to fit there. You'd be straight stuck. Like it was like that. So we were in this cave, and they had lights set up, and they're like, we're gonna cut our lights that we placed. Just prepare yourselves. You will not be able to see any. Your eyes will not pick anything up, and if they pick something up, it's your brain creating it. They told us that like your brain is trying to create something. So just prepare yourself, calm your breath, calm your heart rate, calm yourself because you'll be fine. We'll turn the lights back on, but they shut everything off, and it was the most pitch black I've ever seen. Period. And
it feels
we've talked about colors. We've talked about colors based on my experience. So. And like my brain was trying to create colors. It was wild. I could only see it because obviously I'm with my own eyes, but like it was kind of creating colors and the whole thing. And like he's like, you're not seeing anything. I promise you, there's no light. There's no light being emitted in this room. You're creating it in your brain, and it was so wild.
You know how I believe it.
For like 10 minutes he did it. We let us adjust. He let us go through the adjustment period, and it made your heart drop because you're like.
Oh, yeah.
if I didn't have light, I would be.
Yeah.
I'm out of luck, bro. Like I have an aunt that's blind. I can't imagine what she deals with. Cause
Trust me, bro. It's like when I wake up and like this eye's sitting in the pillow and I open my eyes and I can't see anything. It's like immediately I feel like there's an elephant on my chest, bro. Like if like. You know what I mean? Like this left eye's open, but I still can't see anything. It's like a hyperventilating moment. Like I can't breathe. Like,
Right.
I'm terrified to lose this eye, bro.
Oh
real.
man, I trust me. I have fear for you.
This company's gonna be in trouble because I'm not gonna be able to design any more shit on my computer.
I'm gonna have to learn.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to walk me through it.
I'll have to tell you the designs in my head.
Tell me I'll hold your hand. We can figure. I can figure out Photoshop. Like I've got it down a little bit, but like we can get down to the nitty gritty. Let's do it.
Those
I got your back.
So like those TV shows where they blindfold people. Blindfold people and they have people like put their hands in certain
like
stuff.
Fear Factor.
Yeah, something like that. And then like
Blackout, best show on TV.
Blackout.
And that show
Fear Factor came to my mind with Blackouts.
And that's
for
your
sure.
brain working because you don't even know what it is, and your mind just trying to figure out what it is. And
bro.
You might think it's like a bucket full of spiders or something, and the whole time it's like maybe it's a bag of chips or something.
Cotton candy. You think you're going to the spider web, and you're just cotton candy.
Tripping out just because you just don't know.
Yeah,
that's your brain working with it.
YouTube a show called Blackout. It was the host of it was Steve Urkel, and like they did it where it was pitch black and they had like bouncers that had like night vision on so they could see shit, but the whole room was complete black, and they did the same thing, bro. Where like they had to put their hand in on a fish tank and they touched it and they were like, oh my god, like it bit me. It was, and they were like, but they would have to try to guess what it is, so they touched it like it's a porcupine. Like it tried to it's something bit me, but it was just a brush. It was just a hairbrush sitting there.
That'd be your mind working. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be your mind going crazy.
So they did this one. I think I talked about it on the podcast. So sorry if you already heard it, but there was one where it was a couple that they had on a beam, like an I-beam. You know what an I-beam is? It's basically like these things here, like this big beam that's holding.
Yeah, support. Yeah.
Okay.
So they had it laying on the ground. And then they had the contestants strapped up with like a wiring harness. And so then they picked the contestants up off the ground, and you heard the ee. So it sounds like you're going way up in the air.
But
right?
They wouldn't even move.
They were this high off the ground. And then they position them to step on the I-beam, and now you've got to walk from one side of the beam to the other. Right, and you're not blindfolded, but it's completely pitch black. Mm-hmm. And this lady, this girlfriend of this guy, was freaking out because they both have to walk across. And he was like, "Well, go take a step." She's like, "You take a step, motherfucker!" Like, I ain't gonna take a step. And then so she took a step, and then all of a sudden she started to fall, and you can tell she was bracing herself for like this big fall. But the thing was only a fucking foot off the ground.
That's hilarious.
So she did this scream and fell, and then she started yelling like, "These motherfuckers!" Like, and then because they lost once she fell, and she was like, "Step down," and he was like, "Step down," and she was like, "Yeah, step down. You're only a foot off the ground."
It's hilarious.
But it's like it's crazy how your mind does that to you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I had eye surgery, so when they basically they mess with this eye so much that it gets adjusted and twisted around. Mm-hmm. So when I came to in the recovery room, I had two visions. I had the door and my mom sitting in the chair, and then I had the door and my mom sitting in the chair. So I had double vision, and I freaked out, and I yelled I told my mom, I was like, call the nurse, like they put my eye in sideways. So the nurse comes in, she's like, "Oh honey, I'm so sorry." She's like, "Give it 5 minutes, your brain is going to adjust." So it's crazy to think that like even though my eye was put in like this, and all of a sudden everything was going in crooked, mm-hmm. She's like, "Just give it 5 minutes. Your brain is going to level everything out, and you'll be fine." That's insane to think, insane, dude. Like that your mind is like that.
That's how powerful the mind is.
How are you guys? You have any questions or anything? Just yell for us.
No, you're good. Yeah, come on in. Mm-hmm. Yeah, thanks for stopping in. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so we are live, Newport on the Levee right now. If you want to come down, we've got about an hour and 15 minutes tops left, so come down and check out the podcast. We're talking conspiracy theories, and we're talking the world news. We started with the Black Knight satellite.
Black Knight satellite.
It's fascinating because something is orbiting the Earth, watching us, and people think aliens don't exist.
Yeah.
that's what blows my mind the most. Like, how can you think? Because like I've had conversations with people as recent as this last weekend in the store, and we have an alien on one of our designs, and he's a cartoon looking figure, but people are like, I see the alien in there. You really think aliens exist? Some guy, some older man said it to me. You really think aliens exist? Because you put on a shirt in there, so obviously you think they exist. And I was like, yeah, I do, sir. I do think they exist. I do think there's no way in this entire galaxy that we're the only living beings.
It's hard to believe.
It's hard to believe. Like, as much as I haven't seen them, it's hard to believe that I'm the only one. That would be ignorant of me. That'd be egocentric. That'd be a slew of words that I just can't imagine. And he's like, I can't imagine. We've lived this whole life and no one's ever seen an alien. We should know.
They have,
and I'm like, come on, man.
But we have distinctively dismissed them.
Exactly.
And called them weird.
But this guy, older gentleman, looked like he had his shit together. Had no interest. He's like, I do not think aliens exist. He's out there existing right now, and the Black Knight satellite is orbiting Earth.
To anyone that thinks that aliens don't exist, let me cut your wrist or cut your arm and let your skin grow back. We are aliens, dude. Like,
we are.
The fact that
we heal ourselves.
Listen, dude, we've got plumbing in our system. We've got like our bodies. We can eat something material, and our bodies will pull out the good stuff and dismiss the bad stuff.
Yes.
Bro, what type of technology do we have today that can do stuff like that?
Nothing.
Do we have anything that can shoot white milk into somebody and create a fucking human body? Like, we are the aliens, man. Like our skin is so creepy. The fact that you can cut it and then just, you don't even need to put it back together. It'll do it itself.
Yeah. Yeah. I've noticed though that as I'm in my 30s now, I'm scarring more. I used to heal better. I feel like I'm getting scars way easier.
You gotta drink that baby blood like Tom Cruise, bro.
That cure.
Yeah.
That got me. It has never gone away. You see that little. There's discoloration on my hand from me just pushing a shirt out when I'm printing, and it's still there. And that happened. That happened like a year ago, bro. That wasn't even a recent thing. We're talking. I don't know. Something's different. I have a scar. It's scar over a scar. That's the wild part.
Man,
it's wild.
We aging, man.
We
aging, and that's what happens when you age. Like, when you was kids and you.
It healed
you
so
doing
fast.
Cartwheels or something, you scrape your elbow or something. Like the next, like maybe 2 or 3 days later, it's gone. It's back to normal.
You never knew. So why is that? Let's dig into that. You bring a good point up.
Probably the cells.
But why, as you get older, do the cells regenerate not as effectively or not as quickly as they did when you were a?
Because they aging too.
Right. That's a thing to think about, though.
And the shit we're putting in our bodies, man.
Yeah. But preservatives are supposed to preserve, right? So.
Well, but that's a bad thing. It's preserving food from going bad. But what's that do to our bodies?
Yeah.
Like a size medium in the 80s and a size medium today are completely different. You know what I mean?
But do you think that we're living longer because we are putting preservatives in our body and it's preserving us?
I don't think we are living longer.
But we are, since humans used to live to like they were 60. Now they're living to like 85, 90.
Yeah. Because we got modern medicine.
Modern medicine. But but we also live in a society that people avoid doctors and dentists more than they've ever avoided them.
That's because of the
money and fear and health insurance.
Health insurance. If you want to get down to it, man, like they need.
I'm not trying to get political.
Yeah. No, but they need to start regulating the medicine that people are taking, right? Like some of these, like the one dude that bought the Wu-Tang album.
I remember you talking.
What was his name? It starts with an M.
Remember you told us about
Marcus
this.
or something.
It's been a little minute though.
Yeah, but anyways, man, he came out and bought the medicine for AIDS, and then did it like where it was like $5,000 a pill or something. Scarelli, Martin Scarelli is his name, but he went to jail for some shit. But anyways, man, like if you the problem is when it costs $3,500 to stay at the hospital for one night, you know that's. Yeah. That's the most expensive hotel room you're ever going to be in. And
if
it's
they
not
turn
comfy.
the ambulance, like if they turn the sirens on, it costs you like $1,000 or $1,500 just to flip that switch.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
If
they have to rush you, which means they can run through red lights.
Mm-hmm.
So if they can run through red lights, cost you money. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, but right? then you know we get the bill for $11,000 for 2 days in the hospital or 3 days in the hospital.
And a minor surgery,
and you know insurance goes, hey, we're going to cover 80% of it. You know, you got to pay the $3,000. You think you got a good deal, but they're not regulating the back end. Like, why did it cost me $11,000 for 2 nights in the hospital?
Because a Band-Aid's $600. Have you seen that?
No.
You said what now?
Yeah, bro. If you
and that's the
there's an image out. There's an image out there. I don't have time to search it because we're in real time.
I'm 100% sure you're right.
Yes, there's
100% sure you're right.
There's an image out there that shows the itemized report. If anyone knows what itemized is, it shows everything that I think that's my phone. That itemized report of stuff, and then a Band-Aid costing several $100s for a single Band-Aid, and then ibuprofen and Advil. All these things are marked up like 3,000%, which you would buy at Kroger because you're at the hospital. Yes, they're charging you.
Shit we can get,
and the insurance is covering 80% of $1,000. That's still
So you're thinking,
you're still paying
cool.
$200.
Okay, cool. They got $800 of it. I only owe $200 for that aspirin I took.
For that aspirin. We're not talking deep medicine. We're talking just pain reliever.
That's the regulation problem.
Yes.
Is that they're not
There's
regulating
no one to regulate.
that back end.
They can charge whatever they want.
And it just keeps getting higher and higher and higher because these insurance companies are going, yeah, well, you know.
Yeah. That's the whole market. That's pharmaceutical. But
that's a racket, bro. You can if you want to sell pharmaceuticals, you could legally be a drug dealer and make over $100,000 a year.
There are people that do that, and they're not going to jail. They're not getting promotions. They're getting promotion. You beat me there. They're getting promotions. They're getting the salesman of the year award.
They're getting accolades.
They're becoming the marketing. They're becoming. But if you become a great salesman, you go into the top of marketing and you sold illegal drugs the entire time.
And that's the problem, man. Is especially like the ones that give you incentives to try to sell them. You know what I mean? Like the ones that they know that like Pfizer has like this amount of lawsuits, and it's like, okay, well we will make $700 million, but we'll have to pay $300 million in lawsuits. So that's a win for us because we're $400 million in. So we're gonna just keep dropping this pill, you know, until it goes down. And you know the regulations on the pills too. There's a lot of things where if somebody comes out with a pill, they've got an expiration date on the patent of the pill. So what these companies do is they come in and they add other chemicals and other processes to the Tylenol max strength, right? To make it a new and improved where they can keep the patent, because once after 10 years or after a certain amount of years, then it can go generic, and then the other companies can come out and make the pills like
to make it even. But there has to be a generic.
Like check this out. Like Claritin pills. Like I bought a box of Claritin pills. I think it was a 12-pack or a 14-pack. It cost me $26, and then I was at Costco or I was at Sam's actually, and they had 1,200 pills for $18. So it was, and it said,
That's what I need.
it said,
I take allergy pills every day.
Same ingredients as Claritin, whatever, 24 hour.
Yeah.
So,
it all works the same. I've felt it.
Bro, it works better than the Claritin does. Like that was one of the issues I was having with sleep, was like my allergies were so bad that like it was messing with my whole sinus on my left side, so my eyes were just completely swollen. Yeah. But yeah, bro, it's like Claritin has this lock on you know, on allergy.
Monopolize.
Right, it's a monopoly for sure, but they didn't change their dosage, or they didn't do anything different. So now generic companies can come in and replicate their brand after a certain amount of years.
They should be able to do that from day one.
They should be able to do that.
Because if it's medicine you're putting in your body, there should be other
shouldn't-
people to be able to.
There should be a regulation on how much they could charge. I think
Regulation on charging, yes, but I think that other people in the market. I think if the Coca-Cola recipe was released to the public, anyone should be able to do it. But they keep it tight knit. But like, you know, medicine is a different regulation, so like they need to let other people improve it, because we need to improve things. We're sitting in like a.
the side effects are crazy on all these things, bro.
Yeah, but I
Said the side effects?
Ooh.
I have a superpower. I can tell if a person has a cat in the room. Always. My nose will tell you that you have a cat before you tell me you have a cat.
You said what now?
I'm allergic to cats.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
So I can tell if someone has a cat in the room automatically. I don't have to actually know you have a cat, but as soon as
You would just know.
as soon as someone walks by me and there's a cat, within 15 minutes, I know someone around me at some point.
Yeah.
Less than that. I mean, it's pretty quick.
Yeah.
My nose starts to run, my eyes start to water, and then I'm like, all right. But I take allergy medicine, mostly after those situations. But like, if I'm gonna go out in the public, I know I'm gonna be around a bunch of people. When I wake up, I take it Claritin. I take some kind of allergy medicine, because, preferably non-drowsy, because I am going to. My eyes are going to water. My contacts are going to fall out of my eyes. It's going to be a whole mess. To avoid that, allergy medicine. But if they made that, because Claritin's expensive, so I would go the generic route, because I know I have to take one every single day. That's my budget. Allergy medicine is literally my budget.
1,200 pills, bro, for under
Yeah.
$20.
You learning something every day. Yeah, it's my life. That's why I have dogs. But it's just we talked about code earlier. Shout out, full circle, full circle. If you're tuning in still, but yeah, it's the pharmaceutical has such a hold on it, and they're able to control the pricing. And when you go to the hospital, you're under their discretion, you're under their billing, and they're like, insurance is going to cover 80%. You're good, and then your bill is $5,000. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Well, it was really going to be.
Yeah. No. We took
That much more.
60,000 off.
Yeah.
Only
Drew gonna be on
$5.
some
Yeah.
John Q, some John
Right.
Q type Drew.
Right,
Go,
but the average
excuse
human
me.
doesn't have $5,000. The average human, I read somewhere the average human has less than $200 available in their bank account. The average, less than $200 available.
Paycheck to paycheck.
Outside of credit, because a credit card gives you can get a credit card for $5,000. You have that, but that's not your money. That's the bank's money, and you're getting interest on that.
You're in the
And
hole at that
Yeah,
point.
exactly. So the average human has less than $200 sometime within 2021, 2022. Statistically, less than $200. That doesn't cover. That is nothing if you get a $5,000 bill.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you just went to the hospital because you broke your wrist. You fractured your wrist. You have to get a splint. You have to get something to hold your wrist. And that cast, that not a cast, that little brace cost you $1,500, $2,000. The ibuprofen, the pain, that's another $400. Before you know, you're in the whole $6,000. They're like, we'll cover $8,000 of that. That's a small visit, and you're still paying, $600, $500, and you're like, man, I was there for 2 hours. Why is my bill this? I can't afford it. You know what I mean? Like, I have $200 in my bank account. They want $500. I'm $300 short. That's an average human. That's an average human problem.
For your convenience, you could have went to Walmart. You could have went to Walmart or Target.
Urgent
got
care.
Yourself,
Urgent care.
Got
Yeah.
yourself the little wrist brace. and
What's up,
whatever.
guys? What's
But
up?
since we got to give it to you. We go up.
Appreciate y'all stopping in. Yeah, man. Yeah.
For your convenience.
It is literal highway robbery, and it's a disservice to humans, because there are other humans on the other side of that coin that are collecting all this money that are not worried about how much it's going to cost them. You know what I mean? And there's an income line, but we live in an era that, like, I think we're talking about generics. I think generics are the most important thing ever because they have to follow regulation. They have to have the same ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
They're legally have to.
Yeah.
You can't have it. There's no. If you buy generic ibuprofen and ibuprofen, the ingredients legally have to be identical. Period. And that is law. Look it up. So.
And the only difference is Claritin's spending millions of dollars on advertisements.
Right. They're advertising better. They're on the high. They're in the spot. Like because like when you walk into Walmart, you see the eye level stuff. You see the stuff there. The generic is 2 levels below.
Always.
It's the way it is. So you should always look down when you're looking. Like I can't be the only one that looks down. I look at the bottom because I know that's the cheapest stuff. You know what I mean?
He throwing y'all some game right now. So hey, you hear him? Hey.
I mean, it's smart, man.
It's true.
Like
That's how I look at
every single part of that grocery store is paid for, man. If you want eye level, that's gonna like that level costs you more than the top one or the bottom one or the middle one. The end cap's gonna cost you even more than that eye level.
Yep, that's promo.
Sound like
there it is. There it is.
Yeah, I'm there. You gotta be quicker than that. I'll get you. I'll get you. I'll get you. I'll get you, bro. I'll get you. Yeah, bro. Yeah, for sure. It's something that they've tuned into us, and they know where humans are looking. They know what we're doing. It's just research on our habits.
I mean, you've seen like Bar Rescue where they like even when they take the brothers bar menu, right? Mm-hmm. Like what they'll do is they'll analyze where the person's eyes go first. Right, so they'll
left to right.
So they'll look and see what photos they looked at first, and then they'll go from there and say, okay, this worked, this didn't. This is the first thing he looked at. This is the first thing he like read, and then they'll dictate it from there. So there's there's an algorithm.
They go put the burger. Well, okay, if it's like a food menu, they go put the burgers and the wraps and wings and stuff up first, because that's the stuff, it's just, it's a bar restaurant, so that's
like
stuff
you know
what I'm
that
saying? Stuff you want to look at first. You ain't thinking about.
But why is the buffalo mac and cheese on the back for Brothers menu? That's the best item they have, and it's on the back.
It is.
Is it still on the back? Still? Is it still on the back?
It's expensive as hell too.
It is, but it's the best item on the whole menu. Mac and cheese. It is next level. If you have a chance to get Brothers Buffalo Chicken Mac and Cheese.
That's why they charge up for it though.
That's true.
You got the wing. You got the boneless wings.
Yeah.
That everybody like boneless wings. And
right.
Who don't like mac and cheese?
Right.
And the whole meal. And you get the piece of bread. You get the bread in it with it. Like the whole entire meal is super solid. It's 2 meals for how much they give you.
That's why
they put it on the very back and like the bottom. I noticed that because when I'm looking at stuff, when I'm reading things, I don't know what's wrong with me, but I look at it from like, all right, they're conditioning me to like look for certain stuff. I'm jaded. I feel like I'm looking when I look at the menu, I'm looking at it like, all right, they're trying to set me up for certain stuff, but I'm looking for certain stuff that I want. So I'm trying to find that mac and cheese, that buffalo chicken, whatever, and it's the buffalo chicken mac and cheese
combo with that
on the back. They make me search for it.
I feel like it's a combo with that.
Yeah.
But at the on the front part, it's the go-tos.
The go-tos. But I had to search for it. But I knew it was there. I knew it was there.
It probably breaks down to cost, unlike what's more beneficial to Brothers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the burgers probably something that has more less cost and more profit.
Yeah, they make
you know what I mean? Like
there's just
everything's done for a reason, bro.
But I mean, but restaurants. I mean, I don't know if anyone knows this. I don't really give the secret recipe, but most restaurants make most of their money on soda.
Yeah.
You know that. You know that. You know that. He knows that. But soda, if you don't know, I hope you are tuning in, because soda makes like the margin of profit is immense. That's why sodas cost $1.50 to $2. They're
$2.39 now, bro.
$2.39
because it goes into your dinner meal, or it can go into like if you're drinking, because Jack and Coke.
Right. But they're charged like
Tequila
20 cents for that
Sprite.
$2.39.
Oh, yeah.
20 cents? What? Just for the Coke, just a little bit of Coke, and they mix it with water, and they mix it with But it's like they're making so much money on soda. Why worry about everything else? Because everyone's going to ask for a soda or a water, but most people ask for a Coke, Diet Coke, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
it's just the margins are amazing on drinks. Until I became like, bar managing, restaurant managing, I didn't realize the margins on that. Like, yeah, we make so much money on sodas. That's why we buy a bunch of. They showed me all the back end of the sodas. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. That's information I love to know, because and then you go into restaurants, like, yeah, our sodas are $1.50. Get a soda for $1 or whatever. And I'm like, man, you're still making almost a whole dollar on that soda. Like, it's wild. It's the way it works. I mean, that's commerce, man. That's capitalism.
So
yeah.
This just in, Blueface was arrested for attempted murder.
Blueface?
Nah, he ain't attempt. Nah.
What?
Yeah.
Nah, he ain't killed nobody.
No, alleged attempted murder.
Attempted. He didn't actually kill. He tried.
He was arrested by undercover police in Vegas for an alleged attempted murder.
Nah.
Undercover police?
Yeah.
Did they give any details of it? Who he tried?
No, I'm just seeing video of him being arrested right now.
Interesting.
Somebody in his camp did some dumb shit, and he because it's Blueface, he, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like the Michael Vick, like the dog fighting with Michael Vick. You know that story? How all his friends, his friends were the ones that are the problem. Not even Michael Vick he wasn't even in his house. He let his friends hang out at his house, and all of a sudden they're all dog fighting. He wasn't even involved with half of it. That's wild to even think about.
Like, okay, so with that,
okay.
Yeah, what's up?
So the guy, he did shoot somebody, and the guy posted on Facebook, right after the shooting, I got jumped and was shot last night by Blueface outside the strip club.
Blueface didn't shoot him.
Who shot him? Blueface himself?
Nah.
That's what he's saying.
Nah.
I believe you on that. There's, when you got a gang of goons around you, you're the only person that they know, and you're the only person they're going after.
Yeah, I mean that can be a cash grab. That could be anything, man. But like,
Blueface, he ain't. He's smarter than that. He know damn well.
All the cameras are on him all the time.
Yeah, all the cameras.
Yeah,
you're on the cameras. Yeah,
You ain't gonna do nothing like that. Yeah. Nah.
It was one of his homies, one of his people in his posse, somebody.
And it could. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. It could have been somebody that ain't even associated with Blueface group. You know what I'm saying? But dude want to just, you feel me?
Get his time to shine.
Man, I'm not believing that.
That's fair.
You feel me?
That's fair. Absolutely. I mean, I believe that. I'm a big believer in innocent until proven guilty. So
I know for
if the world is,
I know for a fact, but I'm just like, I know, like, I feel like
you feel it. Yeah.
Nah, he ain't that. Nah, come on now. Nah, man, he got too much going on for himself for him to just do some dumb ass.
I mean, he's been doing reckless shit for the past 3 months, though, dude.
Well, the only thing, like, he been doing like this reality TV show stuff with the chicks. If you ever watched The Flavor of Love, or like Flavor Flav,
yeah,
or like even back then, like when Tila Tequila, you know how it is when reality TV shows where they get a whole bunch of people.
Is that what he's doing right now? Like he's doing a dating show?
I wouldn't call it a dating show, but it's like kind of, sort of,
Even though he's with that crazy chick?
Yeah, I don't know why he doing that. That's crazy. She crazy. Ain't no way.
Tell us more.
She's out of control.
What is crazy about her?
I'm
not familiar.
Yeah,
tell me.
I mean, she's
I'm wanting to know.
Every time,
I'm interested in
every time they're out in public, she starts a fight. Like,
who is this person?
His girlfriend.
Does she have a name?
Her name's like Christine Rock or something.
Okay,
like
she's
that.
not super famous.
She a tomboy. All right, we'll start. Nah, she ain't no Tila.
Yeah, she's super
a
famous.
Tomboy.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
You can look at
her.
No,
she's famous because of Blueface.
Because of by association, right?
She one of them girls that do powder puff and actually like she'll run that powder puff though.
Okay, so like why is she crazy? What is she doing? She's always making. She's starting fights. Is she?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Like physical fights out in bars.
Oh, physical.
Like
okay.
She
with him. With him physically. Her
or
boyfriend.
like any chick that consider any chick that is trying to flirt with him or something. She'll like
Yeah, she'll
ready to, like, throw hands and shit.
but she ends up fighting Blueface all the time. Like she's always
they
like
get into it, yep.
fighting him like at the bars and stuff, and then he's like, "Look, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to be with you anymore." And she posts like, "Motherfucker, you ain't getting rid of me. Like you were never getting rid of me now."
I'm just like, bro, why would you ever even put yourself in that situation? That's like, what the that's so annoying.
It was like 3 or 4 times on TMZ or No Jumper, like within the past 2 months, where they've been on there physically fighting each other in the bar at like 2 or 3 o'clock.
I know Blueface. I know. I've seen his stuff. I just don't know her. I just don't.
He gave her an inch and she took a mile.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah. So based on knowing her, is she the type of person that has like is she a influencer? Or is she to do anything?
She is now.
She is now.
He gave her an inch and she took a mile.
Yeah, and she maximized it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Man, that sounds toxic.
It definitely is,
Yeah.
especially if you're trying to do a dating reality show.
Right.
It's crazy. I don't even.
Anytime I hear dating reality show, I think Flavor Flav. I don't know why.
But Flavor Flav.
I just think Flavor Flav. When you said that, I just it went in my head.
He had New York.
I can't control that.
New York chick, but she didn't even act like that. New York was actually.
Yeah, she was cool.
There was that one scene where I got the New York girl, and then like it was the other little blonde chick, and they got into it, and it was she spit in the girl's face or something, and it was a whole iconic.
Yeah.
You feel me? But this girl that's with Blueface, she way past New York. Like it's to the point where it's like, bro, why is you even still doing this, bro? Like this girl, and you know what's even crazy about her? She got tattoos on, like on her neck or something like that.
Of him?
Yes.
What?
I'm pretty sure, like something like that. And it's like, bro, what? Like,
why?
What in the hell? I don't know.
Yeah, in the 90s, we called that a stage 5 clinger.
Yeah, a stage 5. 5 is being very generous.
Stage 5 clinger, bro.
Yeah. If you were, come on now.
I'd be like, nah.
No. If that happens, if they were getting a tattoo of me, don't get me wrong, I'm like flattered,
right
but you need to
hold on. Let me show you something.
see the door. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
I'm pretty sure it's like right here.
On
like
her neck? On her
yes,
neck?
Bro,
On her neck.
Bro.
Pete Davidson is dating somebody new.
I know. I saw. He's winning in life right now.
Emily Ratajkowski. Did I say that right?
I'm not familiar.
I don't. She's pretty, but
Yeah, I saw the picture. She looks really nice. Like based on the photo I saw, but he is just he's dude. He has a commercial where he's like, I don't even know if I read the script.
Yeah.
Like a Taco Bell commercial. Like the fact that they would even put that on, I think Wendy's is to blame for all that. Hear me out.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
Hear me out.
Hey, so
Hear me out.
You think
Okay,
I'm playing? You think I'm playing?
Show me what's up.
Here you go, bro. You see it?
It's in the eyes, bro.
She got a
tattoo.
It's always in the
on
eyes.
her neck.
Oh
She
my
acting like
goodness!
that.
Why would you do that?
The
She has no
craziness
other
is always in the
tattoos.
eyes.
Yeah,
No,
it is.
but what I'm saying is
On her neck.
Oh, she got a photo of him. Okay.
Yeah, she got a photo.
it's on her neck though.
Yeah.
And but what I'm saying
That's gonna
is,
be awkward when she gets married to somebody else.
Right.
nah, she gonna keep it.
Yeah, you ain't getting rid of me.
So
Yeah,
let's dive into the Wendy's thing real quick.
Yeah.
So we were talking Twitter earlier with Elon Musk. So if you've watched any bit of Wendy's social media in the last like 3 years ish,
Yeah.
they're really, really active. They're really, really like spontaneous. They come out with savage comments about trolling McDonald's, Burger King, everything. Okay, and they put it to such a level that other restaurants and other fast food joints couldn't ignore. All right, so Taco Bell. Now we're in the current time. Okay, so Wendy's did it years ago. Taco Bell's like, all right, we understand that commercials are effective, and Pete Davidson is kind of an amoeba. He kind of is like, we don't really know what he is. Why? Like, where did he even spawn from? Like,
Right.
we know his history, but like, why are you famous, man? Like, what?
He's a comedian.
He is a comedian, but is he really that smart to get the leverage of popularity that he is? No, Kanye helps him. Everyone helps him. All these other people help him. All right, so he's got a thing. He has a commercial where he's like, I don't even know if I read. I don't even know. There's no lyrics to this. There's no words.
You do the same thing with Fiji water.
Yeah, exactly.
Or smart water.
Real?
Right. If I act
Smart
like I don't give a shit about what I'm about to produce because I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna be funny because I don't really know. that puts you on another level that no one else can really go, because Jay-Z would never do I don't really care. Kanye West would never do I don't really care. I don't know, any major celebrities, LeBron James wouldn't. I don't really care. Pete Davidson is like, I'm just whomever. I don't really care. And Taco Bell recognizes that people aren't looking for the content of like the food. They're looking for the content of the person on the camera. Someone that
food. Yeah.
Exactly. And he's like, I don't even read it. I didn't even read the script. What's it matter? And he says that on camera. He's winging it, but he's not winging it because it's written.
Right. It's written for him to sound dumb.
Exactly. It's genius.
Yeah.
And we're eating into it, and we're talking about it because I recognize. I saw the commercial. I have cable in my house. I watch things. I'm not a big TV watcher, but I'll watch it here and there in my bed, and when I'm cleaning and shit, and I see that commercial, I'm like, oh man, they are really. They're promoting absolutely nothing other than their breakfast, because they show clips of the breakfast that he's talking about. But he's like, oh, I don't really know. That should be sold somewhere. And they're like, yeah, it's sold at Taco Bell. We're filming right now. He's like, I don't really know the script. He's funny. He's dismissive, because it's dismissive, because obviously he doesn't give, in the commercial, he doesn't give a shit about what he's promoting, but yet he's promoting Taco Bell food. It's so deep in our psychological, and it's hitting us. It is Taco Bell. If you look at Taco Bell stock, we're hitting a recession, and they're still thriving. They're thriving, yeah. And Taco Bell isn't as cheap as people think it is.
A lot of stoners love Taco Bell.
They do. Taco Bell got its own, because Taco Bell, Live Moss, eat late night food.
Stoner shit,
yeah. Eat late. And Pete Davidson is the perfect person to represent eat late.
Adam Schultz is funny. I don't understand why he don't. He is funny.
He is funny. He is funny. But he's not as
but it's
clickbait worthy as Pete Davidson.
Well, that's
because
Kanye. Yeah,
yes, at this current time. But Taco
Adam
Bell is
Schultz,
maximizing, bro, because of Wendy's. Because Wendy's said, you know what? We don't give a shit what you see on our social media. We're gonna troll the entire world. Like, Wendy's is the start. I'm convinced. When I first started seeing them post, it's not about their chicken nuggets. It's not about any of their junior bacon cheeseburger. All the things that you. Right. I know. I get it. I get you. I see you. But I'm saying it's not about that food that they're producing. It's about the content that they're releasing into the interwebs. They're like, you know what? We're gonna like just promote bullshit, and you're gonna come to the drive-through. You know what I mean? Like it. How susceptible as humans are we to just feed into this marketing? We are very susceptible. We're sitting ducks. I mean, for real. And marketing, and Wendy's has it down, and Taco Bell is taking it to another step. They're putting it in commercial. This wasn't like just a little YouTube video. I saw it on a major. I was thinking it was an ESPN, and it was just a commercial. Like, the commercial was like it was less than 30 seconds. I'm pretty sure. And he was like, I don't even have the script. It was like that was like the point of the whole commercial, that he didn't give. Pete Davidson give a shit about it. He was like, "Oh, it's breakfast food. I don't know."
Ryan Reynolds be doing that too, because it's a commercial that
he's a G
on YouTube or something like that, and I can't remember. Damn.
Ryan Reynolds can do nothing. He brought his mom on Cricket, because he owns Cricket now. So like
that's what it was. That's what it was. Yeah,
he brought his mom on.
Even like he's like
this is what we're doing. We're selling phones now. I guess buy the phones because you like Deadpool.
Yes.
Like that's what it feels like. You like Deadpool the movie, so buy my phones. I work at Cricket now. I'm not fuck AT&T, fuck Verizon, fuck T-Mobile.
I loved Cricket when I had them, bro.
Yeah,
I loved them.
Yeah.
I used to have Cricket.
Yeah.
Like it was
Cricket,
actually no. The best cell phone service I had was Google. It was called Project Fi. It was back when. Like, they're smart, dude. Like Google dropped all these phones, like the Google Plus and all these things on Verizon, and they got used to using their Google phones, and then they came out with something called Google Project Fi, and it was $45 a month, unlimited internet, unlimited cell phone, unlimited text messages, and then 10% of your bill went towards a charity of your choice.
Oh, it's not.
So like
that's the ticket. That's the ticket.
And like the smart thing is like. Verizon, like the way that they hold you is they go, okay, we'll give you 5 gigs of internet service a month. right? And Google doesn't want you to they don't want to limit how much you can be on the internet. They want you to be on the internet all day, every day.
Why would you ever have minutes in the first place? That was super goofy.
So, and then that's the thing, man. So Google Project Fi, like they launched this, and now it's just called Google Fi. But they
I knew Google Fi.
Yeah, so I was in it
Project
Fi.
Project Fi.
And that was just a test market that they were doing.
Oh, okay.
So,
that was a while ago.
Long time.
Yeah,
long time ago.
That was a while. Yeah, because
I'm in when it comes to these new things. I'm willing to give it a try.
And right. And I love open-minded. That's good. We're trying to be open-minded here at Native.
Right.
Yeah.
But that Project Fi, it was so dope, man, because it was like unlimited everything. It was like I didn't have to worry about anytime minutes. I didn't have to worry about running out of. I don't now with AT&T, but I'm also
I don't
paying
think anyone
$220.
We're not paying for minutes anymore.
Hey, T-Mobile used to go in.
But
do people pay for minutes anymore?
I mean, we're paying for it by paying $150 a month, right? Like what's your cell phone bill?
My cell phone bill is $70 a month.
70 for one line?
For one phone, yeah.
Yeah. So mine's we've got three. So we've got 3 lines, and it's like $230 a month.
God damn.
For 3 lines, but unlimited everything is through AT&T. It's expensive. It's expensive.
They slow it down at a certain amount of meg that you use, because I get a text message saying once I get to a certain point, but I'm like. At that point, I'm like a day away from the end of the month.
I mean, but why do that though? Like, why limit the internet access on your phone?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And that's what Google.
Send me a text.
That's what Google's saying is, like, we don't want anybody to have limited access to the internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so that's why they did this Google Fi.
But I never see it. I never see the end. It tells me it's like. It would basically be 10 more days, but it's really at the end of the month. It just sends me a text saying, "Hey, if you use this much more time," but I'm like, but then the next month, day one, it restarts. So it doesn't matter.
So you answered your own question though. So we are still paying for data, because if they're slowing your data down, then that means
if ideally, if I don't ever get to the point.
It's bullshit though.
I used to be with AT&T, and if you go over the data, like they'll charge you like an extra $20 or something like that.
Yeah,
they put you in a filter. They put you so that your internet access goes from, like, let's say you're getting let's say you're getting 30 megs per second. You go to 15, because if you go, like, hypothetically 15, you cut you in half if you hit over that point. But I never hit over the point. It just lets me know, like, literally it'll be a day away or 2 days away.
You said that 3 times.
Sorry.
You're good.
Thanks, Jay.
But Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi always comes into play too.
I can tell.
Wi-Fi always comes into play
why?
too. Because if you got Wi-Fi, then you ain't got to worry about going over data.
What is the point of cutting us off?
What, with the cell phone?
What is the point of
money, bro? It comes down to money, because they can charge $45 a month for everything, but why not make it where, okay, let's limit it to 10 gigs a month, and if you go over 10 gigs a month, then you owe us more. Because especially with these kids these days, these kids, they don't understand. Like you're saying, like when you're at the house. Like, get onto the internet. Like, get onto our Wi-Fi, so you're not using our gigs, right? But kids don't give a shit.
They don't. They ain't even thinking about that.
I'm not on the phone. I'm not on as much as they are. They're sitting that much time on Fortnite, on Call of Duty, or whatever the case may be. They're playing their games.
Yeah.
I'm not on it as much. I'm more so use my phone for pictures and whatever. Yeah. But it's wild to even think that I'm receiving a text message from them saying, "Hey, you're hitting your data limit."
They gonna let you know.
Data limit? Why do I have a data limit? Like, what are you talking about? I mean,
AT&T gonna let you know.
They let me know,
and they gonna hit
I'm
your
like,
ass
I'm
with
not
that fee.
even. But there's no fee because I'm not hitting that within a day. Like,
T-Mobile used to be the best with it, because I remember I spent.
Maybe work, maybe don't.
Hey, nah, it was working. It was working, because I spent the whole year. My mom stayed down in Bessemer, and I remember, like, it's country as hell. So like, we ain't have Wi-Fi at her house, so everything I was doing was straight off like the T-Mobile stuff and the hotspot, all that. I had a laptop, phone. I'm doing music. I'm looking up stuff, like all that, going crazy. T-Mobile.
Maybe.
And the signal stays strong too. That's the most important thing too. When you ain't around Wi-Fi, because if that reception ain't hitting, it's like, damn.
I would rather things go to a universal internet. where there's no restrictions, so we're all on the same playing field.
That's what Elon was trying to do with.
He should.
He should.
With the what do you call it? Starlink. Starlink is satellites in the sky, and then you can basically pay like. It was kind of expensive though. I think it was like $99 a month, but you get an internet no matter
everywhere.
Where you go. Yeah. It's not restricted to your
bigger
house.
than Wi-Fi.
Bro, I mean, like you
Wi-Fi.
want to talk about taking out a leg of Verizon and T-Maybe, like have a
That was savage.
have a universal Wi-Fi where when you're in your car you can still have Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's fire, dude.
Yeah. I like the idea that you'd be able to like communicate car to car. Have you like when you pass a car on the highway, how dope would it be if you could communicate with that car and like have a conversation with that person
I ain't trying
in
to
that car?
conversate with the car next
No,
to
that
me.
would be the worst idea. Bro.
I know.
Why?
Because road
That would
rage
take
go
road rage
crazy.
to
Not-
another
not-
level.
Road rage will be at its all-time high.
Bro,
Can you
I'm
imagine?
I'm here for it.
They gonna be like, I know you saw me when you just pulled in front of me.
But there's many
Like-
different ways you could reach out to a potential connetion. You could
Terrible
reach
idea.
out,
Terrible idea,
Bro, I'm here
you
for
might,
it.
You might know. You might as well be a fucking creep if you're able
Oh,
just to.
that'd
But they have to.
And
Just to
that would
talk
be
They'd have to
crazy, too.
accept the
Cars.
message. They'd have to accept it. So
And
why not?
Because
next
it's such a creepy,
Let's get-
invasive.
Because it's gonna be like,
Bro, imagine like you're just driving and then all of a sudden the person behind you just starts talking on the song that you want to hear. And,
so
and
you
they're
like that song too?
Bro, get out of the fucking way. I'm in a hurry. You're not going to be like, oh, I'm sorry, dude. Let me pull out of your way. You'll be like, what? This was my fucking song. Fuck you, dude. I'll go slower. Like it's
that's what I'm here for. That whole
No, bro.
yes, bro.
No.
I'm here for it. I would accept
you
the message. I would
You
listen to
got
him.
too much salted caramel in you.
I would listen to him. I would.
and you know it's going
because I can turn him off at any time.
And then if it's like that, you know it's gonna go. You
here
know
it is,
if it's
bro.
like that, you know it's gonna go even crazier with the chick.
yeah, what's up?
Trump just announced.
What's going on?
That he's going for 2024.
Yep. Trump's
Wow.
running for president. He just announced it right now, bro.
Oh shit.
Real time.
So what
Yeah.
what do you how do you think that's gonna play out?
Well, Biden.
We'll end it on that because I got to get going.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not a
cool.
politician. I'm gonna say that right now. But a lot of Biden, he been lying to folks. He sold these people a dream, and right
Bro,
now
like-
things
like-
ain't going how I need to go. So
Man, I
Trump, he
tell
a businessman.
when I started listening to other people talk, and when somebody said, "Would you want Joe Biden being your Uber driver?" and
Hell no, he old as fuck.
bro, like thinking about
Right.
that scenario, and like, no, I wouldn't be cool with him being my Uber driver because I think he would get lost. I don't think he knows his way.
Yeah, we could be lost.
Bro, the fact that he's running the country is the scariest
Shit.
thing. If you don't want him to be the Uber driver,
Hell
then why is
no.
he in charge of?
Imagine you been
of
out with your lady and y'all
America?
drunk. Y'all both drunk and you trying to get home.
Yeah,
and
because-
and you
but-
get him the GPS and he
I don't know.
old as hell.
I would see it as I would see
drive you
it.
to the boonies.
I would argue that it's not about him doing. That's a micro versus macro thing, and I think he needs to stay in the macro of thinking. If you're on a Uber driver, you're
He,
going to do a
he doesn't
micro.
even know what macro and micro it means.
He
at
That's
this
what I'm
does.
point.
saying. He gonna drive
He's
you
the
to
president.
the
He
boonies.
knows
You
what
gonna be
macro
somewhere in the
micro is.
woods and shit.
He has to.
Like-
I mean, I did have concerns with him. So we went from a president that focused on posting on Instagram or Twitter, my bad, Twitter, to a president that may not know his Twitter information. He might forget his Twitter information. I didn't support Biden, but like at the same time, I would like Trump. If Trump were to be president, focus on the things at hand and not about posting on Instagram or Twitter or any social media. Leave that up for the people. Make the decisions, because I do think Trump has the best interest in mind for where the country's going. Biden's too old. We got these old heads in politics, and we need to get a younger, new generation with more fresh ideas to make the country to go in a direction that the aliens will respect. I mean, you know what I mean?
Because they watching us
right?
on
They
reality
watching us from that
TV.
black light satellite, bro.
Black
But,
white
like,
satellite.
For real, like all jokes aside, like come on, guys, like we don't need dinosaurs in the Oval Office.
With Trump and Kanye, I always sometimes I
Worth
think to
200
myself,
million.
I'm like, yo,
We just hit 8 billion people.
No, I said
yeah,
I said
yeah,
the
yeah.
dinosaurs in the office that are worth 200 million.
Oh yeah. But we did this at 800 billion people on the Earth.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, just saying.
Okay.
That happened today.
That was thanks to Nick
Yeah.
Cannon.
Yeah, Nick Cannon.
Mm.
Yeah, he has like 13 or 12 now.
12 now.
12 now. What?
Yeah, NBA.
But he just had 10 like 2 months ago.
NBA young boy. He
Yeah,
competing
he's
with
up-
him because he
yeah.
up there too.
But 8 billion people on the Earth.
That's
Just
for the
saying,
young
8
ones.
billion people. That's 8 billion. That's a lot of people.
And they want to bring it down to 500,000. The New
Yeah.
World Order.
Okay, I ain't
Yeah,
even trying to talk
it's
about
never
that.
gonna happen.
Scary.
Georgia
Scary. I ain't
Guidestones.
even
Right,
trying to talk about
right.
that.
So where are you going with the Yaman?
With Trump and Kanye, I feel like because we talk about PR teams and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'm
marketing.
just like, why? Sometimes I don't think they bad dudes. Sometimes I feel like it's like this, bro. Right message, wrong person. You know, they say things a certain way, and
Okay,
they said
yeah.
the wrong way.
Yeah.
You feel me? And I'm
Deliveries
just like, why,
off.
And I'm just like, why ain't nobody on their team like, hey, man, look, we get the point that you're trying to get across, but, like, you probably shouldn't say it like that, bro. Because people
Yeah.
might not grasp it how you think they go say it. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, you feel me?
Yeah.
Nobody made you feel as comfortable as Barack Obama did when he spoke, bro. Like when he spoke, like you felt like, okay, like this is my dad telling me some wisdom right now.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that was
Yeah.
like the epitome of like the American president to me, right? Like somebody that came in, and it's a shame because it's like I felt like he came in and had these ideas and he wanted change, and like then Hillary just went, hey, there's more to this, dude. Like
Yeah.
you can be part of the triangle that me and Jay-Z are a part of, but
Yeah.
you gotta play the way.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. You know, it's politics are something that none of us are professionals at. But
politics are my genes.
But the only thing that we do know is
I'm not a
that on all the
My grandpa
politics,
was, yeah.
they all fall back right onto our doorstep, man. Like whether you vote for the right person or the wrong person, there's always repercussions that happen with the person that's in office, and you just have to understand that, like, we're all in this together. It doesn't, me, you, him, Frank, Fred, Kathy, we're all in this thing together, bro. And like just like we were talking about how Elon goes in
With Twitter?
and Twitter, he goes in and he shakes shit up because he says, hey, things aren't running right. But we're sitting here comfortable going, hey, we can podcast, we can drink our beer and we can smoke our cigs and weed and there's no repercussions. But then somebody comes in and goes, hey man, there's gonna be regulations on this. Then you go, wait, whoa, that doesn't make sense. I don't want change. You know what I mean? But at some point, like the tide has to turn. If not, then we're just gonna go down this deep trench of whatever it is that's happening right now, man. Like everything is out of control, dude. The gas prices are out of control. Like
We're about to go into a recession, so we're about to go to a period
Again.
where people are not going to spend money.
bro, we are in the recession, man. This is 2 weeks of no sales in this fucking store.
I know. And we've hit a really
We're
bad
in the
weekend.
middle of it.
We're in the middle of it, but we haven't officially hit a recession by definition.
I can promise you, we're in the middle of it.
You know what?
But it's not to say that it's
I
anything
agree.
wrong with
No,
the
yeah.
store.
Yeah.
Because it's not to say anything's wrong with the store. It's
No,
some
no, no.
It's
outside
the
shit.
recession.
No.
Yeah.
We've got we've already done
stuff
proof.
that's going on this
Proof of
levy,
product's already
man.
been done. We've been
Y'all
done
have
already.
presented these folks to a lot of ideas, and they just won't, like, for some reason. I don't know why they ain't trying to jump aboard.
Because cheese and
it
milk
don't
are
make no
expensive.
goddamn sense.
Things that people need are raising in price.
I think he's talking
I'm talking about
micro, not macro. I think he's talking
talking
about here at the levy.
I'm talking about the damn levy.
Okay. When I go to my bill at the grocery store, it's higher than it's ever been, and I'm buying nothing different. So that's proof to me. That's literally
Y'all
proof.
give
That's
them
little real time proof.
Y'all talk to these people about great ideas, and they just for some reason they just always keep.
It costs money.
The follow through.
It costs money.
But
It costs money, and I think that the spending of money to the return isn't great enough for them to invest in our ideas. And that is that. But to me, you have to market.
What was that one
You
invention?
have to market, no matter even if it costs money, because people don't know things are happening unless you market. They're not aware. They're not in our heads. They're not on our property. They're not with us every single day at the store, seeing the ghost town that is sometimes our surroundings.
What was
They're
that
not seeing the slowness.
My fault, brother.
You're good. They're not seeing the slowness. If you make them see, they will come down and be like, "Hey, I didn't realize you guys were."
How do they not see?
That's what I'm
That's the
saying.
problem.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm talking like consumer.
Remember that event you was talking about where you
Consumer
wanted to do
doesn't see.
like the guy? What's the guy from Elf?
Will Ferrell?
Will Ferrell, yeah.
You want an event where like people, because it's funny and it's
Yeah.
some shit that
To
people
dress like Will
remember.
Ferrell. That's hilarious.
They didn't even want to go
Hilarious.
with it.
I think
And I'm
I
just
think
like-
I
They
think
are
they're-
going
I
to,
think
though.
they are going to go with it.
They are going finally.
They're saying it was their idea, but that's cool.
Oh, now they
Like,
came
I'm-
around to it now.
They said, yeah, they're like, oh, we were planning on doing that, even though they released the thing that they're gonna show Elf on the TVs for Christmas time, and but that's cool. Like whatever ideas you want, like if you want to take my ideas and make them your own, like by all means, man. As long as we can get bodies in the door, that's the issue, man. We had one person in here today besides those two guys that came in during the podcast. So we had two customers today, and we still pulled out $250 in
You
sales.
think the weather? You think the weather change probably could play a factor too? Because
I think-
goddamn, because it
I-
literally last week it was like the weather was nice.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
this week it's been crazy.
I would say yeah, but at the same time, Walmart. When I
need Walmart. Like, you always gotta have Walmart.
Well, today's Tuesday, and I went there at 5:00 to go drop something off, and it was slammed, bro. Like 5:00 on a Tuesday, and this place looks like Christmas time. Like, so people are out shopping, people are out spending money. They're just going to the places that they know sell shit, you know. And that's
Yeah.
the thing is like this isn't known.
Familiar.
Yeah.
Familiar. And we're not at a place that is a destination. That's the thing. If you make this place a destination, you make it something that's entertaining. So there's a guy that
think
sunglass guy. He is
Sunglass guy.
Yeah. He runs Sonny's, who sells sunglasses on the levee. He is now on weekends running the train. He drives the little train through here on the weekends now. So he's driving this train, having kids, families come on.
Okay.
Yeah, every weekend now. He just started this weekend. He's going to go through. He'd like to do it this summer, so it might be year round.
Okay.
But so he drives a train, and people are trying to get on and get a ride through the levee.
Okay.
But that aspect is something that is found at malls. That's found at places that have high traction of people walking. We don't have high traction
Like a
of
Kenwood
walkers.
Mall or something.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're a destination place. People come here to go, let's go down to Brothers. Let's go down to, let's get some Tom and Chi. Let's get some Five Guys. Let's go down to see what's going on the levee. Let's see what's happening there. Not, hey, let's head to the Kenwood Mall. We got to get some Christmas shopping. They're here shopping by happenstance because they realize stuff's going on the levee. The malls and Walmart are like, let's go there because we know
Yeah.
there's something we
no
can
one's
have.
coming here.
Yeah, I get
no
what
one's
you're
coming
saying.
to
I get
shop.
what you-
People coming here to eat and
to
drink.
discover. They're coming here to
Discover.
discover, man.
But then that's also an opportunity. You
But
know
it's a
what I'm saying?
smaller
It's a-
percentage. Discovers are much smaller than someone that's going to Walmart because they know they can get their Halloween candy during Halloween. They can get their Christmas decorations during Christmas, and they can get their groceries when they need to grocery shop. Walmart's getting much more traction. We're like second, maybe even third tier. The mall's second tier. I would say Walmart's ahead of everyone. But we need to become a place where people can feel like they can get quality products inside, outside, daily. Period.
Local stuff too,
I
man.
think
That's,
that could
that's
come-
what
I
that's
think
what they
that could
need to
come with
promote
time.
is that this is all, like all these stores are local, dude. They're
Yeah.
all like when you come shop here, you're helping families, not businesses. Like
Yes.
they need to understand, like
That's a promotion marketing thing. That is something that they do.
bro,
they need to frame so people understand.
We already went through a shop local weekend.
Yeah, we do
And-
like 4 shop locals a year.
But they didn't advertise it at all. And this whole place is local. Everything.
Yeah.
Velocity is local.
Velocity is local, yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Every store in here. Tom and Chi is local, bro.
Yes, they are.
Like everything in here is local.
They were
So
on
it's
Shark
like-
Tank. Yes, they were.
Right.
That
Damn, Tom, she
we're-
was on Shark Tank?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
No, damn.
They're a Shark Tank company.
Okay, now.
Yeah.
They got picked up by Barbara Cochran and Mark Cuban, but Mark bailed out because they had they already had somebody in Texas that wanted rights to Tom and Cheese, and he wanted all the rights to the Tom and Cheese in Dallas or in Texas. So that's why he bailed on it.
Because he owned the Mavericks, and he can also, yeah.
Mark Cuban is the biggest thing
Mark
on that
Cuban,
show.
man.
Yeah. Just because he's in the NBA, bro. He is the Mavericks. Like the other Shark Tank crew, they just don't have something as big as his NBA team.
Bro, he legitimized himself on MTV when he bought a house for like $7 million and didn't even look at it. He never saw the house. His buddy was there and looked at the house for him. He's like, yeah, dude. So he pulled the trigger and bought the house. Like as soon as I saw that, I'm like, man, he's a G.
Yeah.
His
G.
homie a G too, because he trusts his homie enough to even be like, yo, this the one right here, bro.
$7 million, like, all right, bro. Yeah, I got it.
But I think if we're on that level and I'm at the house, Jay's saying yes, and if Jay says yes, I'm saying yes.
Yeah,
I think that's how it is. Because when you have someone you trust at that level, you're like, I'm not gonna. Why would I say no to him?
I like to know what the house is worth now. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That'd be see if it was a good investment for him.
7. I mean, I'm sure it's with inflation of houses. I'm sure it's from
yeah.
7 million to 17 million. So like,
Never know, man.
yeah. So,
Shit.
but Mark Cuban is the man. But Barb is too, though. Barb, I mean, she's an older woman, but she knows what she's doing,
She knows New York real estate.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what she's good at.
Yeah. And all the Shark Tank people, I mean, all of them have put themselves in such a position where they can be so public and they can be of their own TV show, but it doesn't matter. We don't know what they're doing. They're making so many moves within their own companies. They're able to maximize the dollars. They know what they're doing. They are the cream of the crop, and we put them on that pedestal. And Shark Tank, I mean, I've been in front of a Shark Tank. I've been able to promote a business that I started in front of a Shark Tank at Northern Kentucky University.
That's what's up.
And yeah, and like that was a really cool experience. It was the president of the whole company, the whole NKU, and then the leader of the marketing and the business. All these people, I presented a company in front of them, and like that was crazy intimidating. 8 people.
Yeah, I was about to ask, like, were you nervous? Like
I wasn't nervous.
Okay, so for like all the people
I wasn't nervous. I had a script. I had a script that I created myself that I was ready to go. So I wasn't nervous. My partner that helped me create a website, he was nervous. He didn't want to speak in front of him, so he didn't speak. I did all the speaking because I wasn't worried about it. I knew the outcome. I've always believed that the universe will put you where you need to belong, even if you screw it up. So I was like, you know what? Like I've thought that for a very, very long time. So at the time, I was like, you know what? If they don't like me, whatever. I'm going no matter what. I don't really care. So I did well. I got 3rd out of 150 businesses.
That's what's up, bro.
So
Yeah, well, I did a Shark Tank in front of DCI, Downtown Cincinnati Incorporated.
That's
that
cool.
was
Yeah.
cool. That's how I got that store on Vine Street.
dope.
But it was that was one of those moments too. It's like it's nerve wracking, man, because you're in front of all these people, like, you know, you don't know them, like the owner of DCI was there, and then all these guys guys and girls that are all judging you. It's like, and they're only taking 4 people, and they're giving you a pop-up shop for 3 months downtown.
Yeah.
And you know, they actually they saw that me and Donnie had a good relationship. Donnie from Good Company.
Oh yeah.
And so they actually they said, they contacted me and said, hey, what do you think? Would you be cool if there were 2 clothing stores in this thing? I'm like, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Like if you want to put Donnie in there, I'm 100% in for it. Like, so it was like me, Donnie, Slim Furniture. It was a Jamaican like drink that they were trying to come out with, and then I think that was it. That was us 4 that got the store. But it was really cool, man, because we were able to set it up where, like, Donnie had his section, I had my section, and then, like, Slim Furniture just had furniture out through the whole store. But it was a good collaboration, man. It was a great experience with DCI for sure.
That's awesome.
But those are those things, man, where it's like you know you get out there and you like you said, the world kind of puts you in these situations, and it's either, you know, you got your time to shine, or you got to sit
Sink or
back and
swim.
wait for the next one,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. In the NKU's case, it was only one company. So we got the top 8. I was in the top 8. I was the only website. Everyone was, all the 8 companies, 7 of the 8 were were apps. I was the only website. I had an interactive website that you could tell where all the artists, because it was an artist-based thing, were located. I had like an interactive map, and you could click on the state of Kentucky and see all the artists that were based out of it. It was a whole.
Oh,
it was a cool little thing that I was like, this is the future. Like I was really convinced.
Yeah.
And there were, both women there was 8 people, 6 men, 2 women, and both women and 4 of the men were all about it, but 8 of the people were on the guy who won because he had communication from front of house and back of house of restaurants. And that is like perfect.
Yeah.
You got to be able to communicate.
That's a missing element.
That's a missing element because front of house and back of house of restaurants. I'm a bar manager myself, like in the past, and I understand how hard it is for the kitchen to communicate to the bar in a seamless manner, and this guy had an app for it, and he won by a landslide, I think, in that case. But I was third. I got third on a website based on artists making money, just artists being able to, like I had an idea of like making now it's a regular thing, but like the donate button, because keep in mind this was 2011, so we're talking. Ooh. Yeah, we're talking 11 years ago. So we're talking a while ago. We're in 2022 now, so. But I had a donate button, so if you didn't have money to support Banksy, you could donate to Banksy and support him $15. You can't afford his Banksy art. Like that's not realistic, but you can be like, hey man, your art's great. I'm going to throw $15 in my bank account to yours because you're awesome. Yeah. And then I was like, the donate button was the biggest thing on my website. I had it all positioned because I thought, you know what? Donations they're not getting taxed. They're benefiting everyone full circle. So like that was my focus and it worked. But the app from front of house to back house in a bar restaurant, I couldn't beat it.
Yeah, for sure.
I couldn't beat it. But it was an awesome experience. And one of the Shark Tank people were like, she's got 2 degrees. She has a degree in art and a degree in business. She got the art business first. And she said, if I would have had this before, I would have never got the business degree because I would have been able to make money getting my art on a website that I could sell.
Right.
Like she's like, I didn't realize this was a thing, and I brought it to light, and it got me my shine. But restaurants win, man. Food and beverage service is the top tier, especially in Cincinnati. So, yeah, it was a cool, great experience. I will all the shine to Northern Kentucky's incubator program.
Yeah,
man. Yeah.
I graduated from NKU, man. I graduated with Microsoft certification. I got one too. I went to NKU for like business management. I'm ready. We're ready to wrap up right now. Yeah. Anyways, man, it was funny because I never went to school for fashion, but now according to NKU, I've got a fashion degree from them. Yeah, which is super cool.
Right, because
I'm like, just send it to me, bro. Like, I'll play a game.
From what we see here, you made it.
Hey,
so I was a communications degree, so I was comm studies, so I was public speaking and journalism, which we're interviewing people. So I guess I'm using my degree to some degree.
Right.
It collects dust. I've used it once before now, but it is what it is. But so. What do you got to say, bro? What's the last topic? What do you got to say? He's
like, I got to piss, bro. That's the last topic.
What's the last topic?
We can go ahead. We can go and close up, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead and give your social media out, bro.
Oh, it's just YOMN.92 Yamin.
There it is. You got new music coming out?
Yeah, I got 3 songs coming out.
Oh, okay, that's busy.
Yeah,
that's a quarter of an album right there, bro.
I got 24, Vibe, and Damned.
All right.
Okay.
And the beat that went to Damned, this guy from like the UK sent me a beat just out of love, and I'm like,
international with it. Okay.
Yeah, I be online and be talking to people. And
communicating, networking,
plugging away, bro.
That's cool. Man, good for you.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night we'll have Sports Talk on the Levee. We'll talk about upcoming Bengals, Steelers whiteout game. So come out to Native and get your whiteout gear because it may be on the road, but we're here to support our Bengals, bro. We'll be playing the Chiefs at home here in December. So
yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be wild. You going to the game?
You got that Joe Cool t-shirt
you
over
better.
there too.
I wouldn't miss that. I wouldn't miss that game.
I know that's the one. That's the one. I'm cool with selling the rest of the tickets if we have to.
I wouldn't
but
miss Patrick Mahomes.
No.
Like I mean, we love our Burrow, we love all our guys, but if you have a chance to get Patrick Mahomes,
Yeah,
I wouldn't miss it. Yeah.
What's up with Baker Mayfield, man? I saw a video of him like headbutting people with no helmet on.
I saw that.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, what the hell? Like what?
He's
Yeah,
trying.
he was
He's trying to prove he has a future in the NFL.
He ain't gonna have a
It's
future
all
in
he
the NFL
wants.
if he keep doing that.
He's in panic mode, bro, because he could be out of the NFL by 2023, and he does not want to leave. So he's willing to put his head on
They
the line.
literally had a meme.
I know.
Where it was like Baker Mayfield after headbutting his teammates, then they pulled up a picture of AB. And I just saw it and I lost my mind. I started laughing and shit.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, he's a good quarterback, but PJ Walker is still the best quarterback on their roster in Carolina.
You can find more about the sports talk tomorrow.
Sure.
Yes,
if
sir.
you tune into Native on the Levee, that's where AI and a couple other guys they talk sports. So.
Yeah, we talk everything. So
Dope.
we're excited.
All right, everybody.
Yep.
This is going to wrap up another episode of the PowWow.
Yes, sir.
I love you guys for checking in.
Appreciate
we'll be here
y'all.
next Tuesday. If
Yes,
you guys
sir.
want to be a part of it, comment below or DM one of us and we'll get you on the podcast. Shout out to Liquid Death and Duffified for being sponsors
Yes,
on
sir.
this episode. And we'll see you next week on another episode of the PowWow. We're out of
Appreciate you.
here.
See
Later.
y'all.
Hey.
Y'all have a good night. Have a good night. Be safe, y'all.
And we out.
How the Commanders beat
The Eagles?
the goddamn Eagles?
Because the Eagles
Make no sense.
couldn't stop